Hey, look who's back. Back again. Ian's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's. Hey, you know what? Fuck everybody. I love Eminem. I think that guy's a fucking hoot. No, I don't like his music at all, but I think he's a hoot. And I'm Dr. Fucker. With me is.
Oh yeah, the Ayatollah Alcoholic and Wadley Wadzilla. What's up, baby?
I want everybody to pause this and go listen to the Eminem song called I'm Insane. Dude, in that song he talks about his stepdad fucking him in the ass in the shed with Teddy Ruxpin and shit.
Oh shit.
It's a fucked up, it's like the most fucked up fucking song ever, man. It's like everybody hates Eminem because he's the biggest shit ever. And I saw Eminem live. That shit sucked. Hip hop live, I'm sorry. Seeing just guys walk back and forth, hip hopping.
Yeah.
But
They're out of breath and they can't talk.
it wasn't worse than the opening act. Papa Roach. Oofa.
Ooh, ooh,
Oofa.
ooh.
That's because I'm an awesome uncle and I took my niece because she loved Eminem.
I remember when that happened because you told me to send you the Eminem discography because you were taking your niece to that show. But oh God, and then to see Papa Roach open up.
And there was
I mean,
another rapper that's very famous. I can't remember now his name. Well, he's not famous anymore because rappers. They're famous one second, they're gone the next.
yeah, it was probably Positive K.
It was a very popular rapper at the time because Papa Roach opened, then the popular rapper, then Eminem.
Oh man, was that Papa Roach when they had Roger Gilmore in the
No,
band?
no, that was yeah, Roger Gilmore. Yeah, coming soon. Concert Stories Part 2 with Ralph, where he's not gonna get super drunk. And hopefully he fixes his mic too, man. Man, that last episode a little rough. I couldn't understand what he was saying. He sounded like the guy our ex co-host almost started a show with. Remember Mushmouth? He sounded like Mushmouth. It was like our last almost live was like an episode of Fat Albert.
Ebbeth.
Hey, man. Hey, baby. Man, you want to talk about the most racist show ever? Fat Albert. Fat Albert. And you know for a fact behind the scenes, anybody that was like Fat, what were they called? Our Gang? No, that was the Little Rascals.
Yeah.
Fat Albert, and I forgot what he called it. Man, every one of them looked like hoodlums. Every
Yeah.
one of them like beat up old ladies. They all look like that.
You can't even say it because back then, I mean, it was like the '70s when that shit came out. It was Fat Albert and the Jigaboos, and you can't say Jigaboo no more.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know that shit
Yeah,
terrible.
back then it was cool to say that word. It was also cool to drug women and rape them.
Yeah, that's what we're doing with the pudding. We're putting it where we shouldn't.
Bill Cosby. All right, so
Uh,
Ian, what's up, man? It's been a while. It's been a minute, as the kids say.
yeah, yeah.
All right,
It's
go
been
ahead,
a
give your
fucking minute.
excuse. Give your excuse. I'm the guy that's all over the internet every fucking
Yeah,
day, but you
every fucking
you
day.
ain't got no time for the internet.
I ain't got no time, dude. It's just been some life shit been happening. Uh, and I don't want to get into it because I don't get into all that personal shit, but I've had a lot of shit going on and it sucks, but I'm happy to be here now because this is what I need. I need to do this episode to escape all the shit that's going on right now. Um, but our last episode, man, I thought it was a fantastic episode. Our Pretenders episode. That was one you picked.
It did well, didn't it?
Not too well, but you know what I mean. It did all right. It
I,
it did
I'm
it did
pretty
about
sure.
what I expected.
I'm pretty sure I saw comments of people praising that album.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I mean, I'm gonna go through the comments, and even that was kind of light. But
Look,
I
and
mean,
here's the thing, Ian. Look, I do an episode on my channel called Obscure Bands I Love that not a lot of people watch, but the people that do watch, like, man, it even bled over to this episode, that band Randy.
Yeah.
Look, that episode of Randy didn't do that well, but the amount of people, it was like, a couple hundred people saw it. Like most of them were just like, oh my God, I never heard this band before. This all. And when we did some fucking episode here, some guy left a comment going, by the way, Ralph, I love that band Randy. So
Right.
it doesn't matter if it's not a lot of numbers.
Oh yeah.
We get that one motherfucker out there going, I'm gonna check out the Pretenders. That's all.
Yeah. No, it did about half of what we usually do, but that's okay, man, because we need to get those out of our system. And the people who enjoy it really enjoy it. And we'll get to that when
And that's who matters. Fuck numbers. What matters
yeah.
is the people that watch and enjoy it. I don't give a fuck about numbers. I really don't.
All right, here we go. Let me get to the comments here. Trey Bonavet says, great episode. Wanted to revisit the Pretenders. You guys got me to now motivate to. Thanks. Cheers. Ryan Russell says, this is a great live rehearsal of Brass and Pocket that I burned to my iPod and have listened to for years. He left a link in the description. Check it out.
I saw it. It's great. It's the original Pretenders doing it in a
Right.
little room. It's pretty badass.
And Ryan also commented, really enjoyed this episode. First of all, I love the album, but Ralph's excitement of rediscovering this masterpiece is what I love the most. I know the feeling when you discover a great album or band that just didn't click with you in the past, like finding a buried treasure. Love the idea of doing decades or eras of future band or of bands in future episodes.
Yeah, like this episode.
Yeah. Edwin Canestracci, great episode. When I first glanced at the thumbnail on my feed, I thought you guys were reviewing Lick It Up, and then he laughed. Love it when you guys review the curveball stuff. You might want to space it out, but if you ever do a Smiths episode, I'd love to be on the show. Looking forward to top 5 albums that fans don't like, but you like, and the hot takes. Yeah, those are ones that I mentioned. I didn't see a lot of traction when I mentioned that. Another one I came up with, just looking at other shows that I like, I thought would be a fun episode in the future, Ralph, is bands that peaked with their first album. They never topped the first one. I thought that would be a fun one, pick 5 of those. But I didn't see a lot in the comments, and that's kind of what fuels this shit. Not that we let you guys, dictate, but it kind of lets us know interest. But there you go.
You know what band peaked on their first album?
What band's that?
The Sex Pistols.
Yeah.
Quack,
Yep.
quack, 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 quack. Yuck! I bring the yucks.
Taranguapo, whatever, man. Just call yourself Bill.
Why do you think? Look, everybody needs to do something about people's names. I get a lot of donations, and I don't know I can't pronounce half the people's names out there. Seriously, before you donate and before you leave a comment here, change your fucking name to John Smith or some shit.
Anyway, he says, listen to this album again today because of you guys. So good, man. Hard to categorize what they did. Whatever you call it, they did it perfectly. Man, I agree with that shit.
Yeah.
Zach,
John Smith knows what he's talking about.
Yes. Zachary B98 says, either leave it in the YouTube comments or do a live show. Don't have Facebook. Ralph can teach Ian how to do a YouTube post so it's not last minute on YouTube. You can do a written post for a few days ahead of time, notifying subscribers you're doing a live stream. He does a weekly now with future content for Almost Human and Almost Human Live.
But we can't, the thing is, we can't do live stream. We attempted it. And for some reason, my computer will let Almost Human do a live stream, but not this channel for some fucked up reason. I know we got it to work in the past, but the last time we tried to do it, man, it was like an hour over and over. And I was like, fuck this, man. Let's just play. Yeah. This is kind of like a live show because I don't edit jack shit. Nothing is edited here.
All right.
So
a lot of things for you guys to understand is like, you know, especially like the younger generation, man, you may know how to do all this shit and fucking knock it out of the park and it's nothing to you. We are in our 50s and 60s. Okay. It's a little bit harder for us. We try with this shit, man. We try to keep up with you young kids. But god damn it, take what you get. We're trying to work shit out and entertain you at the same time, but we do have our limitations. Remember, the last time we tried to take somebody on this show to help us with all the technical shit, you ended up with Terrence.
Yeah.
So watch the fuck out. All right. Well, Zachary goes on to say, would love you guys to do certain eras, decades, retrospectives of bands, especially lesser talked about eras like 80s Sabbath. Debating seeing Anvil for the first time this Wednesday. First of all, why would you debate that? This tour, their band broke down and they needed to do a GoFundMe. Probably the only chance I'll get to see them, but I'm a very casual fan. Never turned down a chance to see Anvil. Never. Fucking awesome shit. Then he says, been listening to Void and Phantom recently. Phantom just released a new album. They're a thrash band from Mexico. I think it's killer. They're doing a co-headline tour in September, and I get to see them the day before I see Maiden and Megadeth. So awesome. Right on.
I love Void. Void. I got turned on to Void when I went to that Dark Angel show. They were one of the opening bands. They fucking blew my mind. So I ended up buying their CDs. I bought a shirt. Great band. Awesome new band.
Nice. Heavy Metal Rules says, never been a big Pretenders fan. Some of their stuff is cool, but it's not just for me. However, I will agree that their music has that feel-good vibe to it. On the other note, a friend of mine showed me that shitty band, The Hue, oh God, a few years ago. What in the fuck is that even supposed to be? Keep rocking, you guys are awesome. Yeah, I agree. The Hue, to me, that shit was fucking terrible. Len LaBelle, 18R says, so good to have you guys back. Missed you. Get better soon, Ian. Great show. Keep it up. The Coof Jackson says, another great episode. Not a fan of the Pretenders. However, I don't think they suck. They just aren't my thing. I enjoyed hearing your guys' love for the album, though, and the band. Incredible. Love that kind of shit. Taryn Guapo again says, double shot of mispronouncing. Yes, yeah. So now you've got like fucking a quadruple shot. Count Ralphus says, the 2022 Hulo's series, The Pistols, about the Sex Pistols, had Christy Hines and Steve Jones' love interest. She was there during the rise and seeing Jones. I've read a bunch of books on the Pistols. Didn't know about her connection with them until I watched the series.
I saw one episode of that series. I hated it. I hated it. I thought it was really bad.
I almost bought it the other day. It was on sale to buy, like on streaming, like you can buy like the digital copy. And I was like, same thing. Like I heard so much shit. I was like, I don't know. I'll wait till it's free. Zandig666 paid no attention to the title of these episodes. They could be about Sammy Hagar, and you will still walk away feeling thoroughly satisfied by the comedic and informative duo of Dr. fucking Wadzilla. Stay heavy. Jerry Cretan says, great episode. I've always loved the Pretenders. Do you guys have any thoughts about the new band Castle Rat? I like them a lot. I have some Castle Rat albums. I don't know if I got around to listen to it yet, though. Are you familiar with Castle Rat?
No.
Okay, I have them. I need to check them out. So, Jerry, I will check that out and let you know in a future episode.
Are you familiar with this book?
What book? Yeah, I've been lied to before.
Yeah, it's a fiction. It's a fiction book.
Why do you have that?
Count Ralphus sent me a box of nothing but killer shit and that. Hey, in case I run out of toilet paper.
I
But
guess so.
dude, he sent me David Lee Roth, the Spanish album, on cassette. How rare is that?
Yeah.
Evil Dead Rise, and a bunch of killer books, Rush book, just a box full of killer shit. And that. But he warned me, hey, you want that? I was like, yeah, send it my way. I'll somehow use it on my channel, making fun of it or some shit.
All right. Well, ZW4197 says, tried Man of War, guys. Won't turn you gay. I think that's what he said, at least. It was hard to pronunciate with a dick in his mouth.
Yeah, look. First of all, I'm a huge Man of War fan, and I'm totally gay because of it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You do not know how to be a Man of War fan, you fucking hetero.
Travis Peretta says, great show, guys. I love the Pretenders. Got turned on to them through my dad. My dad saw them at the US Festival. So awesome. Your dad got to go to the US Festival.
Cool.
All right. Well, that is the comments. We had limited comments for that last episode. I have to go take a piss. I'll be right back. All right.
Yeah, it was mostly positive comments. All right, there's a couple people that were like, hey, I'm not into the Pretender, but they didn't actually hate it. And they actually listened, like Mr. Jackson Rowdy. I wonder why he calls himself the Coof Jackson. Why is that, dude? The Coof. What the fuck is the Coof? What is that? The Coof Jackson. Well, anyway, he's a cool guy. He's from Canada. And he's turned me on to a lot of cool shit. And I love a bunch of Manila Road vinyl he sent me. And also, I want to talk about the size of Ian's bladder. It's this big. That big. Count how many times Ian takes a piss during the show. Notice how I never go to the bathroom. I'm here the whole time without taking one piss. That guy's bladder is fucked. Right? It's not healthy to pee that many times. Set your watch when he comes back. And see how long it takes him. Because he does it like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times during the show. Man, but he's got to drink. I did a show with Ian when he couldn't drink, some health issues, and he was fucking hilarious and awesome without getting drunk. So that's his thing. All right, let's be quiet because he never watches the show again. So
Hey, here I am. All right. Well, fuck it, man. Let's go to news then, huh?
All right.
Been a lot of shit happened since we last did an episode. 90%.
Everybody out there, set your watch. All right, go ahead. Keep going.
Okay.
Let me look what time it is. All right. 9:25. Right. Let's see how long it takes you to go take another piss. Because I was just talking about how small the bladder is because you're always going to the bathroom. So 25 after. All right.
25 after. Here we go. Bruce Dickinson completed recording vocals for his new solo album, mixing to take place in Florida. Looking much forward to that than a new Iron Maiden album, I'll tell you that much. You liked that last album, right? The Mandrake Project?
Very much so. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it too. I think Mandrake Project was probably, well, not probably. I think it was the best thing he did since Chemical Wedding. And more metal and shorter songs than what the fuck Iron Maiden does. So looking forward to it.
It's the best thing he's done since Chemical Wedding and Power Slave. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So looking forward to that. Let's see what else we got coming up here. A lot of shit we don't give a fuck. Here's something we could be happy about. Sid Wilson got fired from Slipknot. Oh no, they fired their DJ.
Is that the guy that plays the turntable in the band?
Yeah, I think they have 3 DJs in the band, and this is the one that was engaged to Kelly Osbourne.
Oh, that idiot! I believe that marriage is over, right? Didn't they get separated?
Yeah, they split up before they even got married. Yeah, he proposed to her, right before Ozzy died at the Back to the Beginning thing,
Yeah, that's right.
to draw attention. And then that didn't end too well. And the last time, Slipknot had a hit, Kelly Osbourne ate a sandwich, you know.
Oh my
So nobody
God,
gives a fuck.
she's scary looking now. She really is.
Oh God, that she looks like death. That's she
What
makes
is that?
she makes Ariana Grande look fat.
What is that thing called? Ozempic, something like that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
that's anorexia, man. That's and hey, I'm not here to fucking slam her, dude. She lost her dad. Uh,
fuck her. I fuck her. I have no sympathy
okay,
for that cunt. You know why?
why is that? Oh, Mexicans in the
That's
toilets.
right. That's right. That shows what a shitty mom fucking Sharon is. I could say that shows what a shitty dad Ozzy is, but that Ozzy was brain dead. Come on, I love
Yeah,
Ozzy, but come on. Toward the end, the guy was brain dead. During the
yeah.
Osbourne show, come on. Oh, somebody drank my beer. Ozzy was so heavily medicated at that time, and this was before all his accidents and shit. He was
Yeah.
just so drugged out on pharmaceuticals.
Well, if those were your kids, you'd do drugs too. God damn it.
Yeah, no,
Shit.
man, she's Kelly Osbourne's terrible. I mean, I know it's not politically correct to say, but Kelly Osbourne does bring up the fact that us spics are the best at cleaning toilets. Nobody else can clean toilets like us spics. Kelly Osbourne knows what's up with that.
All right. Yeah. Well, fuck her and fuck Sid Wilson
I,
and
I
fuck
have no
Slipknot.
I have no sympathy for that spoiled cunt. That's fucking Sharon Osbourne 2.0. You know? Fuck her.
There you go.
Talentless cunt. I mean, what has she done? She had a hit with a fucking Black Sabbath song. You know, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. A
What
hit.
else to do?
A hit.
Yeah, what else? No, it was a hit in England. You know?
Uh,
Sometimes Americans are smarter than people in England. Hey, Crazy Nights was a top 10 hit over there. You know what was a number one hit in England? Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter. All right?
yep. Yep.
Sometimes,
Now,
sometimes you got to give it to America.
they're right, and sometimes it's like a language thing. Like they call cigarettes fags,
Yeah.
and also what they call Sammy Hagar fans in England are fags. Uh,
I thought they called them little bundles of wood. But no,
no,
that's Canada. They call Sammy Hagar fans little bundles of wood.
also known as fags. Blackie Lawless says Wasp was working on new music for about 3 years now. And I was like, oh, good Lord. I read the article. He was talking about how their last album, Galagather or whatever the fuck it was called, he's like, oh, that was one of our best albums ever. So it's got to be as good as that, if not better. And I'm like, it's got to be a lot better because that album sucked. Just like every other Wasp album has sucked for the last 30 years. That being said, I am going to go see Wasp when they come here to Seattle with KK's Priest. I'm going to that shit. Fuck it. I don't care if it's fucking piped in or whatever. I went on a Wasp kick last week. Like, god damn, do I love some fucking 80s Wasp, man. That shit's awesome. Everything after that sucks dick. Like your much beloved, what's that? Still Here Black or whatever.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I love that one.
I know you do. I know
But
you
every
do.
other one sucks. I'll give you that. Every other one after Headless Children sucks.
I don't. I still like, even though it's like a horrible like I'm pretending to be something I'm not. I like Kill Fuck Die
I
in
did.
the same way that I like Alice Cooper's Brutal Planet. It's a total like I want to be Marilyn Manson, but I like it. But I like it. You gonna sit there and tell me like Brutal Planet is a fucking great fucking Alice Cooper record, and that's Alice Cooper being Alice Cooper? No, that's Alice Cooper doing. I'm gonna try to do Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, but it's not as extreme as Kill Fuck Die. Not even close.
Yeah,
And
I don't know.
and some of the songs on Brutal Planet aren't really industrial,
Yeah.
like
What?
it's the little things. It's classic Alice all the way.
Yeah.
You know,
I tell you what, the ballad on it. Oh my God. I think that's better than fucking Only Women Bleed.
oh, take it
What
like
is it?
a woman. Take it like a woman.
Yeah, dude, that song is so fucking good. And that's not an industrial one, to me, but that's being sincere. But the rest of it is like, what he's trying to do. He's trying to stay
Yeah,
current.
but it's great though. It's a great
Yeah.
album.
No, there's good shit.
Kill Fuck
I
Die.
think.
Kill Fuck Die is, come on, you gotta admit that shit is try hard as fuck. You
Oh
know?
yeah, but there is some shit I like about it. But then
I
again,
like
I like industrial shit, and I
I
like
like
that kind of
yeah,
shit.
well
So
I like some industrial stuff, but I like
yeah.
the songs on Double Live Assassin. I thought they were better on there. They
Yeah,
translated better.
no, I agree. Another album that wasn't live, but whatever. But no, I thought they sounded better on
Yeah,
that.
that makes it a good live album.
Yep,
Some guy the
you're right
other
about
day,
that.
I put Unleash in the East versus Beast over Hammersmith. This guy
Yeah,
wrote, I'm going with Beast over Hammersmith because it's not fake. And I said, I'm going with Unleash in the East because it is fake. Because fake live albums are the best live albums there are.
oh,
It's Alive, UFO, Judas Priest. I could go down the list of all the fake live albums that are fucking amazing.
yeah, yeah. You know what's a true live album? Fucking Spin Doctors Come Alive, and it was horrible, horrible. Nobody wants to hear that shit.
Oh.
All right, but anyway, yeah. Love Me Some Wasp. Not excited about a new album, but I'm excited about seeing them live. Something that really I was like, ugh. But I'm very curious to see because I don't know if you made a video about this. I don't think I've seen. I tried to stay updated, but goddamn, you put out so many videos, I can't tell. What'd you think about this new Tony Iommi song,
Oh
"World
no,
Alone"?
that's going to go up tomorrow.
Okay, well, I mean, fuck it. I mean, who could this could be up? Whatever. What do you think about it?
Um, the first time I heard it, I didn't like it. The second time I heard it, I loved it. So I heard it on my computer. I was like, yeah, I didn't hate it. I was like, yeah, well, at least it's better than that crappy Iommi album he released many years ago.
Oh,
But
I like that album.
I know you do. I go out to my TV and I watch it on the big screen, and
Yeah,
I was like, God damn. And I love that singer, Jorn. I've always liked Jorn. I think Jorn's an
yeah,
awesome singer. And Becky Baldwin, who plays the Merciful Fate. She's
yep,
playing bass. So yeah,
yep.
man. I was impressed.
I thought it was absolutely fucking terrible. Um, and there's no way in hell. I'm gonna be absolutely honest here, because I'll talk about times I'm being honest. Like I knew when I heard Psycho Circus that wasn't Ace Frehley and Peter Criss. I knew it. I ain't gonna lie, I knew that shit. If somebody played this shit for me and said this is Tony Iommi, I'd be like, what? No, no, no way. I thought the production sucked. I thought the drumming, the bass playing sucked. I thought the vocals sucked. I thought everything sucked about it. Uh, and I hate saying it. I mean, that's my favorite guitar player of all time, man. I didn't hear any Tony Iommi in that. And I mean, I get it's not Black Sabbath. It's Tony Iommi. I was like, no, no, no. I thought Yorn sucked. This is how bad I thought Yorn sucked. I would have rather heard Tony Martin sing this shit than Yorn.
Or Billy Corgan, right?
No,
Come
no,
on, Billy
no, no,
Corgan's
no, no.
on that. Billy Corgan's on that terrible Iommi album you like.
I know, but and I actually like that song. I do.
Yeah, there you go. You like the song Tony Iommi did with Billy Corgan.
Black Oblivion. I like that song.
Yeah, great song, right?
But yeah, no, I
I
thought
thought
it's
it sucked. I thought Iommi sucked. I thought Billy Corgan sucked. But I always think Billy Corgan sucked.
yeah. No, well, 9 times out of 10 he does. And I'm like that. Every once in a while there is a Smashing Pumpkins song I like. Usually I'm gonna hate it. I actually did. I like that song. But this one, I was like, no,
To
no,
me,
nothing, nothing worked for me.
23 out of 10 times Corgan sucks.
Really. All right. Well, let's put it this way: if that song was on 13, it would
Oh no,
still be the worst song on the album.
no, I disagree. I think that song's
Okay.
better than anything on 13, anything
Okay.
off Iommi's solo album, anything off those. I think it's
Okay. Well, we disagree on it. I will say, and I don't know how you feel about this. I wish he would have done another album with Glenn Hughes because I really enjoy when those guys work together.
uh,
I love the Depth Sessions. I love Fuse. Uh, Much better than this, in my opinion. But
I can't wait.
let us know in the comments what you guys think about
Yeah,
this song.
whatever. All I know is I can't wait to hear the rest of it with Jordan. I'm glad he's just with one fucking singer, not the
Yeah.
fucking array of assholes that were on
No,
the
I
Henry
do.
Rollins. Come on, man.
Yeah, no, I do like that. I like that he stuck with the one singer. And yeah, fucking jury's out till I hear the rest of it because I'm not a Yorn hater. I think Yorn has like a really good voice, but I don't know. It was just like the worst. Like to me, the production was so bad, and it's like European power metal. Like get the fuck out of here.
That's why
But
that's why I'm so glad I don't know shit about production.
there, and hey, I'm happy for you, man.
It doesn't ruin music to me. It doesn't.
All right. Well, here's something, and I know we've talked about this band a little bit in the past. Uh, and I don't know if you know enough to give an honest opinion or if you already have a pre-written opinion, but the new Shadows Fall album is all done, says Jonathan Deus, who is their guitar player, also the guitar player in Anthrax. I love the first three Shadows Fall albums. After that, it really dropped off for me. It got too like modern metal kind of shit, but I like Art of Balance, I'll put up against the fucking classics, you know. But after that, I'm like, you know. Is there any Shadows Fall that you like, or did you just hear like a couple songs and you're
No,
like, ah, fuck this band?
I saw Shadows Fall like 4 or 5 times, and they were hit and miss. Sometimes they were good. Now I wouldn't say they ever blew my mind. Sometimes they were god awful. And no, every time I seen Shadows Fall live, none of those times made me go, "Hey, let me check out a Shadows Fall album." I never have.
Okay.
I never.
Okay.
They opened for King Diamond like twice. They would come down here all the fucking time, opening for everybody. I never seen them headline, but I I don't care. It's one of those millennial bands I don't give a fuck about.
Okay. All right. Strappers Michael Sweet says he regrets getting a COVID-19 vaccine, suggests that's possible link to his recent health issues. But he also stated that he is the only guitar player on the new Striper album, that Oz Fox dealing with his health issues had nothing to do with it. Have you heard any of the tracks off the new Striper album?
No, I have not.
Okay. Well, curious to see what I mean. I'm not a fan, so I can't critique it, but he did an interview where the guy said like, "Holy shit, the guitar on this album is so good. How did you and Oz go about doing this?" And then he broke it that Oz didn't play on the album.
You see, that's fucking honesty. No pun intended. But come on, I mean,
Yeah.
he didn't play on the album, and he's out there. The album ain't even out yet. Oz ain't on it. Come on, that's honest shit, man. I
Yeah.
got
No.
it for saying that,
Yeah. No, that's awesome. All right. Well, Fred Curry says he and Eric Brittenham are both ready to play with Cinderella again. I would love it. I think the fans would love it, even though, lead Cinderella man Tom Kiefer just canceled last couple of his concerts dealing with vocal issues. I guess he totally blew out his fucking voice. Yeah, I think it sucks. I mean, people want to see You know, they don't want to see Tom Kiefer with a bunch of nobodies they don't know. They want to see the old band together with what's left, because of course Jeff LaBar, you know, we lost him.
Yeah,
Fortunately,
we also lost Cozy Powell.
yeah, yeah, uh, yeah. Who did play on Heartbreak Station?
And
Uh,
whoever the fuck played on the first album and the third album. Did Fred Corey play on any Cinderella album?
I think he might have played a little on Heartbreak Station. I'm not sure.
How fucked up is it that you're in a band selling millions of records and you don't play his record?
No,
He's
that's what.
he's
Well,
like,
you remember when I made that Fred Corey joke to Jeff LaBar when we were hanging out with him, and he was dying laughing. You know,
Fred,
yeah.
Fred, Fred Corey is the Rudy Sarzo of drums. He doesn't play on none of the albums he fucking perform. He tours behind.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd rather see Tom Kiefer with the rest of the guys, but it all comes down to fucking money. It's so fucking blatantly obvious.
I
You
saw
know,
Tom Keeper solo and it was awesome. It was
yeah, of course. But I mean, admit it though. I mean, he goes out there, he plays with nobodies who are competent.
yeah, but who the fuck
He
knows?
keeps all the money. He goes out with the guys from Cinderella. He's got to share a little bit of fucking coin, and he don't want to do
For
it.
what? For what? He's going to be playing the same venues. Fuck them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, fuck
All
them.
right.
Let Tom Kiefer make all the
All
money.
right. Wait till Thrasher Die tours without you.
That ain't gonna happen. I'm too valuable. I'm no Eric Birmingham. And hey, I was on the albums, unlike fucking Fred Curry.
All right.
You
Let's
know,
see.
Thrash or Die going out without Dr. Fuck is like, I'm trying to think of a fucking band out there that's going out that's like totally blasphemous. You know, there's a million of them. I'm trying to think of one. What band out there? Like, oh, all right, here's a good equip. Um, Thrash or Die going out without Dr. Fuck is like Stone Temple Pilots going out with whoever the fuck is singing for them now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it. But you have the cockiness and the arrogance of being that guy. The
I
rest of
got
the guys
that,
are like, fuck.
I got the cockiness and arrogance that's more than Eric Birmingham and fucking Fred Corey together.
Well, who's the guitar player that likes the girly boys? You know, like if you went out there without him, you know, he'd be mad. You know.
Who likes the girly boys?
Yeah.
All my guitar players were gay.
You know the one I'm talking about.
No, oh yes, I do, yeah. Yeah, okay.
We're not naming names here.
No.
All right. All right. Judas Priest, they put up some video for they started their Faith Keepers tour. Did you watch any of those videos?
What do you mean Judas Priest? They're still together?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or are you talking about Rob Halford and friends?
The Rob Halford and Friends experience doing the Faith Keepers tour.
I can care less.
It was I watched some video of it.
Wait. You watched the video of it? Please,
Yeah.
please don't break my heart, Ian, and tell me it was a pro shot video and not a cell phone video, which you hate people filming with a cell phone. Was it cell phone video?
No, it's Pro Shot.
Okay, thank God. I almost called you a hypocrite.
Yeah, no, it was Pro Shot. And you know, it was it's one of those where like I'm watching it and I'm listening to it and I'm like, you know what? If I was at the show, I'd probably be like in the spirit, you know, like in the mood. But watching it objectively, I was like, oh, that's a little rough, you know. But I have no problem with that. I really don't, man. If you go to any of those shows, if you're happy, you know, if you're happy to hear these songs, but it's not, motherfucker, it is not 1982. And none of these bands, I don't give a fuck who they are going to sound like they did in 1982. None of these vocalists are going to sound like this shit. But I did find it a little rough. a little like, if it came to me, would I go to it? You goddamn right I would. But I did notice, goddamn it, he is the metal god, but the metal god is like 70 something fucking years old. I did notice a little drop off, but if it was here, I'd go see it. How do you feel about that?
Judas Priest without fucking Glenn Tipton and KK Downing is like Thrash or Die without me.
So they're gonna play like House of Blues.
Yeah. Did you see that interview? I did a story on it, like Ripper did like a month or two ago, saying Iron Maiden plays to thousands and
Yeah.
thousands of people, and
Yep.
Priest only plays to 5 people. And,
Yeah.
and I bring that up, and people are making excuses. Like they leave in the comments, well, he didn't really mean 5 people. He probably meant 5,000. It's like, but he said 5 people. Of course, Judas Priest ain't playing to 5 people, but he said 5 people. He didn't say 5,000. People are idiots, man. I made a video 2 weeks ago telling people
Yeah.
I'm done with Crazy Nights because I've done Crazy Night track by track so many times that I don't even have to listen to that shitty album no more, right?
Are you really done though? Or if they
Yes, I
paid
am.
money, are you gonna
Yes,
still do it again?
no, I'm done. But in the video, I said I got 4 more to do. After that, no more Crazy Nights. What happens? I put up the first of the 4. I thought you weren't going to do Crazy Nights anymore. Go watch the video, asshole. Next week, the next week, another Crazy Night. I thought you weren't going to. Go watch the fucking video. So the next week is going to be the last one. And I even put in the headline, the last Crazy Nights track by track. I'm not doing it no more. I said, if anybody donates for Crazy Nights, I'm going to refund the money and send them a link to the video. I'm saying no more fucking Crazy. And I'm getting that way with Hot in the Shade. And I'm also getting that way with Def Leppard. And I'm even talking about the good Def Leppard. I've done High and Dry too many times. I did.
Fuck it. Take the money, man. Take the money.
Bro, I'm sick of it, dude. I'm just and dude, even my viewers, man, I get comments of people going, "Oh my God, how many times you got to talk about the same fucking Def Leppard album?" You know, I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah, I have noticed that with your videos. There's a lot of the same albums going against other shit, but fuck it, man. Take the goddamn money.
All right, hey, lately, what's coming up? No burnt out shit. Everything's cool. Everything's cool. I got a lot of cool donations. I got Halford Resurrection going against Accident of Birth, shit like that. You know?
I'll tell you what, I saw you put up a post the other day saying that if like so many people donated, you broke a record for your donations, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't get to break my record. I needed $27 to break my record. I didn't.
Well, I thought I saw a post specifically that Wayne Noon said he's like, okay, done. So he didn't do it. He didn't come through with the fucking cash.
No, he lied.
Oh, that bald motherfucker! God damn it! I love some Wayne. We got to get Wayne on this goddamn
we
show.
should. We should. He's a wacky ass.
We should. You think I'm fucking annoying people? You ought to see
Oh,
Wayne Noon.
No. People in my channel hate Wayne way more than you. Believe me. But
I love Wayne. Though.
You know, actually, there's still repercussions of you. There still is. Now and then, I'll get a comment saying, "Please don't bring that guy back." I still get comments here and there about you.
Good, as it should be.
Yeah.
Anthrax breaks down the Cursum Pacifico artwork with weekly animated clips describing characters featured on the cover. I know we talked about previously the first release. It's for the kids, and we were divided on that. I really liked it. You didn't. Did you listen to the second one, and what did you think?
Oh, I had to listen to the second one because Scott Ian said it's the greatest song they ever did.
Well, what did you think?
it was probably one of the worst songs they ever did. It was
Okay.
god awful, god
Okay.
awful.
All right. Well, I'll tell you this. It was kind of like it's for the kids with me. At first, I was like, "Whoa, this is different. What the fuck is this?" And on repeated listens, I really liked it. I really
And
liked
you
it.
should go back and listen to their last two albums because it sounds exactly like that garbage.
Yeah, I do. I do. I'll need to go back and check them out. I remember being highly disappointed with both of those. Even though there's a song here or there that I liked. Um, but I just watched it right before we recorded this, and I was like, I fucking dig this shit. But then again, I mean, we were I'll take fucking Persistence of Time over fucking Injustice for All, you know? And you hate Persistence of Time. I
Hey,
love that fucking.
I hate every song on that album. And you know
Yeah.
what? So does Scotty. And Scotty and fired Joey because of that album.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just telling you how I feel about it.
I'm telling
Uh,
you how I feel. I
yeah.
feel Joe. It wasn't really Joey's fault on Persistent at the time. I just thought the songs were extremely weak. You know,
Okay.
there was no
Yeah.
songs
Well,
on.
I disagree. I mean, I remember when it first came out, I was like, wow, what a way to bounce back off of State of Euphoria. And even now I like State of Euphoria. Like I kind of forgive it a little bit more than I did at the time. Cause you know, you're coming after Among the Living, an album I like a lot more than you do. Um, you know, and I don't know, it holds the test of time for me, but teach their own.
The best
Uh,
Anthrax albums are the first album they did with each singer. Fistful
ugh,
of Metal, Spreading the
yeah.
Disease, and Sound of White Noise. Those are the three
Yeah,
best.
I think Fistful of Metal fucking sucks,
Well,
but
I
I
know,
mean,
I
it
know.
is what it is. I know. You like that guy.
I think it's their best album.
I know. So we agree to disagree.
That's before Anthrax started chasing trends.
Well, I will give you that. I will give you that. They did change their tone to like what was like I totally get how what you said about on Among the Living they were chasing that Metallica tone. I'll give you that. But I still think the album's fucking amazing.
Oh,
You don't think it's that
don't
great?
get me wrong. I love when bands look what we said earlier. Brutal Planet, love it, and that's
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
off Rob Zombie and stuff. I love when Kiss did the grunge album. Well, most of it. Like some of the songs I don't like, but my one of my favorite songs on that grunge album they did is the grungiest song on the album. You
Which
know,
one?
It Never Goes Away. I
Yeah.
think that's the grungiest song on there, which, by the way, Paul Stanley sings. Paul Stanley hates that album. I think Paul Stanley wrote better songs on Carnival of Souls than Gene did. There's only one
Yeah.
song from Gene I liked on Carnival of Souls. There's like three or four I like from Paul.
There you go. All right. Well, former Wasp guitarist Chris Holmes is battling prostate cancer. And that sucks, man, because this guy has gone through so much goddamn cancer. Now he's got fucking asshole cancer.
Yeah, but
And
there's a good chance prostate cancer can be beat.
well, yeah, well, here's the prostate cancer kills more men than any other kind of fucking cancer. The one thing I'll give him is he lives in France. Uh, as much as I hate the fucking French, in Europe they do have better health care than here in the fucking States.
Not really, not in Chris's case, because there's some fucked up shit with the paperwork. That's why they opened a GoFundMe. No, believe me, there's some fucked up paperwork. You ain't gonna go to France and get free health care. You got to do certain things, man. It ain't that cut and dry, you
Well,
know.
that's what he should have went to fucking Germany. You know, that's what I'm saying. You know, fuck France. But anyway, I hope he doesn't die because his fucking asshole's rotting out. Because I've been on a wasp kick lately, and I love me some goddamn Chris Holmes. He's a good dude, and you know, for all the shit that people give him, like so many times people see Chris Holmes, all they think about is Decline of Western Civilization Part Two. This motherfucker has been sober for how many fucking years now? doing his thing, living the best life he can, and unfortunately, he's suffering from all these diseases, and unfortunately, he doesn't have the money that Blackie Lawless has, which probably isn't a lot, but you know what I mean? It's like there's a lot of shit this guy should have got that he didn't get. And I feel bad for him, and I wish him nothing but the best. He's fucking Chris Holmes, man. He's Chris Holmes. He's a mean man. He is the fucking beast. And I hope he beats us because he's a great dude. I'd rather, Blackie Lawless dies than Chris Holmes. That's just me. Let's see. What else is going on? Anything else give a shit about? Blah blah blah.
Hey, next Sunday I'm gonna go see Deep Purple in Kansas
Oh, nice. Well, at least you get to see Deep Purple
for free. No, Ian, you seem to forget that I love Kansas.
Yeah, fuck Kansas.
But you're not going. You're fucking.
Yeah, no. I know, but who's left in Kansas? Is the blind guy still in there, or is he dead?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? You're seeing like you made comments about like people going to see fucking Rush. They're like, you're not seeing Rush. Well, you're not seeing fucking Kansas. You're seeing a tribute band get up there and play Dust in the Wind.
And I'm seeing a tribute band play Smoke on the Water too. Ian Pace is the only original member. So fuck.
Yeah, but you're still seeing more important members there than fucking Kansas.
Look, they're playing the music of Kansas just like Deep Purple's playing the music of.
But you still have Ian Pace, Ian Gillan, and Roger Glover. Okay, you have a different keyboard player, you have a different guitar player. It's a lot different than the fucking Kansas lineup you're fucking seeing from your blessed fucking point of no return shit.
I saw that's right. It is a blessed, awesome album. Better than Uncle Acid bullshit. What was that fucking latest fucking cover they did? Oh my God.
I loved it.
My God. Dude, that guy's voice is more annoying than Billy Corgan. What the fuck? That guy's voice sucks and sucks bad. Sucks horribly bad.
All right.
They should replace that fucking dude.
That's your opinion. But seriously, how many people in Kansas? Is it Kansas?
There's 5
there's 5 people and 3 of them are roadies.
Whatever. Okay. Dude. Whatever. I'm gonna go and I'm going.
But hey, I hope you had a good time. I hope fucking Deep Purple's fucking awesome.
Dude, it's not you. It's not like I'm gonna go see Uncle Acid.
There you go. I'm going to see Uncle Acid.
Yeah, good for you, man.
All right. Well, Alex Van Halen and David Lee Roth reunited at TEDx Fargo event this Thursday. I have no idea who this TEDx Fargo motherfucker is or what the fuck's going on. But it's pretty cool that these two guys are reunited. Do you know much about this event or what the fuck it means? Because I'm confused on this shit.
I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah, me either. But
all I know, I think it's awesome. It'll piss off Sammy. It'll piss off.
Yeah. No, I love this shit that Dave canceled his tour, and there's all kinds of shit going around. Is it because he didn't sell enough tickets? Is it a health issue? I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Some guy gave me shit saying, "Oh, you won't talk about David Lee Roth canceling his tour, but you jumped on the chance of talking about Sammy Hagar not selling enough tickets in England." I said, "Look, number one, jack off. I never made a story about Sammy Hagar not selling tickets because you know what? When it comes to shit like that, Sammy Hagar not selling tickets, I'm not going to do a news report on that because it's a pointless news report." So, douchebag, the reason I don't bring up David Lee Roth not selling is the same reason I don't bring up Sammy Hagar losing tickets.
Well, here's the thing. The reason Sammy Hagar didn't sell the same tickets going to Europe is he didn't have fucking Rick Springfield open up for him. And that's what a lot of people don't look at. This like Sammy Hagar fucking tour and shit. A lot of people are going there for fucking Rick Springfield. He didn't go out there by himself. He went out there with Rick Springfield. And you look at that shit. it's like the same kind of audience, the same kind of lame white bread fucking horrible fucking. I play golf on Sunday. Motherfuckers that go to this shit, they're like, oh,
All right,
well, it's Sammy Hagar and it's Rick Springfield. That's like, go fuck yourself.
here's my point. Let's say
All right.
Sammy Hagar doesn't take out
Well,
my.
hold on. First and foremost, before you go into this, let's do a timestamp because I have to
Oh,
piss.
you got a piss already? 9:02.
9:02.
Yep, he made it. He made it 35 minutes. Woo! I haven't taken a piss yet. But I'll get into it when he gets back because honestly, people care too much about, oh, this sold more, that did more, blah, 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 blah. I have something to say about that, but when he gets back. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go see Kansas and Deep Purple. And I don't give a fuck if Kansas has nobody. I don't care. It's not. I didn't look. I never seen Kansas. Unfortunately, I never seen him with Steve Walsh. I've never seen Kansas, and I'm about to go see Kansas where I'm not really seeing Kansas. Hey, at least I can say I saw Mach 2 Deep Purple. I did see Perfect Stranger. At least I got to see that. It's not the original Deep Purple, but it's the popular Deep Purple. I got to see that. What I'm seeing now, guy's incredible, guitar player. It's going to be awesome. I already seen him with this lineup. I've seen him a million times with Steve Walsh. I mean, not Steve Walsh. What's his name? I forget now. The guy from Dixie Drag, Steve Morse. All right, so I want to bring this up, Ian. Let's say,
Okay.
let's say Rick Springfield didn't go out on tour with Sammy Hagar, and Sammy Hagar still pulls in more people than David Lee Roth at his shows. Let's say Sammy Hagar is more successful than David Lee Roth as far as pulling people into the show. I will say, I will also bring this up. Sammy Hagar brings more people, but what's better? Fair Warning or Oh You Wait 1 2?
Exactly. If you like Sammy Hagar, you love a cock in the back of your throat. That's all it goes to it. There's a lot more. There's a lot more fags out there than there are straight people. There's a lot more people out there with shitty taste than there are fucking people with good fucking taste.
Yeah, exactly. You like Uncle Acid and Deadbeats.
Exactly. Who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck. It's what stands the test of time.
I'm a believer.
Love it. Love it. Sounds better than Ozzy.
Whoa, whoa. Hey, try the veal.
Be here all week. All right. Let's see. What else? What else? Oh, this sucks. Former Sabotage bassist Keith Collins is suffering from dementia.
Yeah. I saw him once. That's a rare lineup because that's the original bass player. I saw Sabotage once with him. Way back. The first time I saw Sabotage. Keith Collins. That's old school. But yeah, that sucks. Dementia sucks.
Oh, yeah. No, what a horrible thing to suffer from. And, again, a lot of these people think like, oh, this guy's on a record I love. He must be a millionaire. No, you probably have better fucking health care than this guy, and it sucks, man. To be suffering from dementia and everything, like, oh, I think Sabotage sucks, but goddamn, I don't want to see this guy fucking suffer from this shit and have no like form of, pain for it or getting coverage. That's terrible, That's the kind of shit that should happen to Sammy Hagar. No, actually, that even shouldn't happen to Sammy Hagar. That's the kind of shit that should happen to Sammy Hagar fans. Because they're worse than Sammy Hagar.
Yeah, fuck the fans, right, Ian?
Yes, fuck the fans.
You hate fans more than bands. See, I hate bands, not fans. You know why? Because I don't give a fuck who likes Sammy Hagar or not. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. I just don't care. They
Yeah.
they they don't mean shit to me. For me,
I
they're not enough for me to wish death on them.
Yeah, no, I'm the opposite. Opposite. Poor Sammy Hagar. He's just doing the best he can with the horrible talent that he has.
Poor
But it's
Sam.
the people who said, "Yeah, that's good. I love it." Those are the motherfuckers that I wish death upon, and the worst possible death.
Yeah, yeah. I
But
hate
here's
people that don't like what I like.
yes, yes. Here
I want people to die that like what I don't like. All
it
right.
makes a lot of sense when you say it. Um, Here's something that really fucking sucks and caught me off guard.
Uncle Acid?
Uh, no, no, not happy about this one. Anthony LaRock's exit from King Diamond. What do you
Andy
think about this
LaRoe.
shit?
It's Andy LaRoe.
Yeah, or what I say?
Anthony.
Okay, whatever. What do you think
I,
about? Oh,
I,
hey! Well, you said Anthony. Big Pussy died today. That
oh,
sucks.
that sucks. I saw
Yeah,
that. I saw that. And
yeah,
lately I've been part of this. I've been part of the Sopranos group on that.
yeah.
The most funniest me, not all of them are funny, but most of them are. It's like it shows, Big Pussy on the boat going, "Is it okay, Tone?" But
Yeah.
like there's this one, he's standing there and he's like, "Is it okay, Tone, if I rock down Electric Avenue?" Because it's got the Electric Avenue behind him. It's hilarious memes, and then this happened today. I saw it, and yeah, I love Big Pussy.
I
My girlfriend told me, by the way, that she told me this today that this Thursday on Almost Human Live we're gonna have Carmine Peace, and she told me Carmine Peace is in a movie that's on Tubi for free, and Big Pussy's in it.
uh,
It's a trauma movie.
oh, I love me some trauma.
Yeah.
I mean, I put up a video, where it's like Big Pussy, but it's actually Nate Atchison, Big Bushy,
Yeah.
and he's like, Tone, I like Sammy Hagar, and then they shoot his ass, and it all makes sense. Uh, but it's dude, I just got done rewatching the fucking Sopranos for like the fucking what, I don't know, like fifth or sixth time. Like did the whole series, did fucking Mini Saints at Newark and all that shit.
Hey, Gabagool, over here. There's so many classic little lines on that in that.
You know what one of my favorite fucking Sopranos fucking scenes is though? Is when he's coming down in his fucking, he's got his fucking what the fuck you call it? The fuck the gay guys wear? Robe. He's coming down in his robe and he's like sitting on a park bench.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like right before they tell him that fucking Vito's gay.
Yeah.
He's just coming down. He's like sitting on a park bench. What?
Yeah. There's this,
I,
there's, there's this other one where he's driving around going, "I'm a fool to do your dirty work." Oh,
yep.
I love that shit. Yeah, Tony Soprano was such a pimp, such a great
Yep.
actor.
And you know who was on The Sopranos? David Lee Roth. You know who
Yeah.
wasn't? Sammy fucking Hagar.
Wasn't Sammy Hagar Vito? Or Vito's
Vito
boyfriend?
Vito fucked Sammy Hagar in episode in a scene they cut out. There you go.
Another funny meme. It showed Vito. It's like, is it okay, Tone, that I turn into a different character in the next season? Remember, Vito was in season 1 as a different character.
Right. When fucking Christopher walks in, when he goes, to get the shit, he's like, "Get the fuck out of here."
What? He goes first. What? I can go fuck your sister and come back?
Yeah.
That shit
Which
was
is fun. Which is funny in and of itself because fucking Christopher shoots the guy in the foot like he got shot in the foot in Goodfellas. So
That's right. You're right. I didn't think of
yeah,
that.
yeah,
That's
amazing shit. All right, but anyway, fucking Andy LaRock out of fucking King Diamond. I don't like that. I don't like that shit. And then you replace him with Gus G,
I
like
love Gus G.
the fucking worst fucking Ozzy guitar player ever.
No, give me a break. Joe Holmes fits that category.
Really? You
Really,
take Gus
really,
G?
Joe Holmes wasn't even good enough to play on a goddamn Ozzy album.
Did Gus G play on an album?
Yeah, he played on Scream.
Oh, that album sucked.
It's a great album.
Uh, Great. It's a great album. It's a
Yeah,
great album. It's a great
Ian,
album.
dude, Ian, you like fucking Dogs of War from Motley Crue. Seriously, you're not one to throw out your fucking musical taste to
Are you,
me.
are you are you trying to tell me Dogs of War isn't a great fucking Motley Crue song?
I think the world is telling you that, not just me.
Well, I don't look at numbers.
You don't look at talent either.
Gus G. I just find it's dude. Andy LaRocque is a fucking beast, dude.
So what, man? Fuck it. That Andy LaRocque's new band sucks. And there's no way you would like it because it's total power metal.
Dude, you don't like Lex Legion?
You like that shit?
I
You like,
love it.
oh,
I
it's
love
fucking power metal. It's total power metal.
I don't care, dude. That
Fuck
shit
you.
kicks ass.
Fuck you. That's
I
power
thought we talked about this on the last
You're
episode. That
one
was
that
my
talks
pick of the
bad
week.
about power metal and you like that shit? That's
Well, I
bad.
like power metal with balls.
Yeah, you
with
like
fucking
bad
guitars.
power metal, in other words.
You don't like Lex Legion, huh?
I hate it. I fucking hate
Oh,
it. I would never
wow.
buy that crap.
Okay. Okay. Well, I liked it a lot.
You're a fag. You like
Okay.
bad power metal. That makes you a fag. That's your words.
Power metal sucks. I thought it was good metal.
Yeah, you call yourself a fag.
uh, wow. I'm surprised you didn't bring that up because I thought I said that was like my pick of the week last episode.
I might have zoned out. I don't remember you saying that.
Yeah, no, I love that fucking Lex Legion.
God.
All right, here's something I wasn't too happy about. I didn't think it was horrible, but I thought it was definitely, as the kids would say, mid. Uh, Ministry announced their final album, and I love this title. I think
right.
It's great.
Yeah, sure, it's their final album. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I know. They've done like 7 final albums, but I love this one. Hate to Go, Takeout or Delivery. I love that. I think that's great. But they shared the first single, Burnt Out. And what a lot of people were led to believe is this last album was going to be done with Paul Barker on bass, who was, legendary from, being in Ministry from, right after Twitch to Anesthesiology or whatever the fuck it was called. But anyway, it turns out he's only on one track, the final track, but that's the only one he's on. He's not like doing the whole fucking album, which is very disappointing. And I thought they'd very misled on it. The new song is like, it's okay, but it's not like, I kind of took this one as like, okay, he's bringing Barker back. Like, this is going to be the final kind of shit. It's all right. All these people online are bitching about the AI video. Like, I could give a fuck about the AI video. It's about the song. I just found the song very like, like you're bringing Barker back. I'm thinking like classic Ministry sound. And this sounds like a B-side off of like some of the last couple albums, whatever. Did you listen to the song at all, Ralph?
No, I don't like Ministry, dude. I liked some of Land of Milk and Honey. I liked some of Mine is a Terrible Thing to Taste. And I thought their best thing was Psalm 9. But Filth Pig, I went and bought that. That was fucking terrible. And then
I love that album.
I heard Dark Side of the Spoon, and I just gave up right there.
Yeah,
like, that's it. And I really hate the early shit before Land of Milk and Honey. That shit sounds like The Cure,
Yeah. Okay. No, no, I knowing your taste, I totally get that.
But you know, they got Psalm 9 is a damn good album. TV song, what is it? TV something? TV2, uh,
Yeah.
NWO. The
Yeah.
title track's really good. And what's that one? And Never Trust a Junkie. That song with just one fix.
Yeah.
Great riffs and with the amazing Mark Scarlatti, I can't pronounce his last name,
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
Rigor Mortis, who
Yep.
I met, I got a picture with, who sadly passed away. He was what made Ministry awesome because
Oh yeah.
he had this unique guitar playing nobody had. He had this
Yeah.
like it's kind of like a fast picking. Nobody. He had a style of his own. You want to talk about an underrated guitarist? And when he was in ministry,
I agree. I
he brought
agree.
he brought him magic. He brought that band magic.
Well, that'll come into my pick of the week, but we'll talk about that later. Um, yeah, but I was kind of underwhelmed. And then specifically to find out that Paul Barker is only playing on one track on the album. I'm like, that's kind of that was a bait and switch kind of shit because they really sold it as like, oh, we're gonna do last time with Paul Barker, but one track, get the fuck out of here. That's a money.
I saw Ministry back in the day too, but the best time I saw Ministry was at Lollapalooza where they destroyed everybody. That was the
Yeah.
one that had Red Hot Chili Peppers, Pearl Jam,
Yeah.
Soundgarden,
Yeah.
Ice Cube.
Yeah. Not hard to steal the show with that lineup.
But man, they were great, and they did a really
Yeah.
cool version of Supernaut, which is
Yeah.
terrible on the Black Sabbath tribute, 100,000 Homos.
Right. Right.
But but yeah, I was very much into Ministry then, and then Phil Pig, I still went out and saw that show, and it was terrible. Now I saw Ministry a few years back. They opened for Alice
Yeah.
Cooper, Rob Zombie,
Yeah. Right.
and all they
And you
did
said you liked it.
all they did was play the songs I liked. They ignored everything except one shitty song from the early.
That I love. I
Yeah,
love.
where everybody was freaking out because that's a song they never played anymore. And that was the only bad part of the show. Everything else, they played every song I wanted to hear.
Well, there you go. It's all subject to what you like. All right. Well, you've seen the shit about David Lee Roth canceling the remainder of his tour. Do you feel it's to ticket sales or to health reasons?
I think it's ticket sales, but I don't know. I just don't know. I can't speculate. But if you ask me, all right, pick one. I don't see him being unhealthy.
All right.
I would figure ticket sales. Whatever.
There you
I saw it. It was good. I mean, he
Yeah.
saw gas, but it was fun.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you got to see it. I mean, he did one show here in Washington, but it was nowhere near close to me. I'm like, well, I'm not traveling for that. But as much as I love him, I'm like, yeah.
And plus that it was at the Hard Rock, very close to me. I wouldn't travel to see him either.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Anything else that's going on that we care about? Let me ask you this. Since we last did a show, I really talked about how I enjoyed the latest Deep Purple. Are you still listening to it? Do you still enjoy it?
I love it now. I still don't think it's better than Equals One, but it's still good.
I am right there with you.
I think it's front loaded actually.
Yeah, I don't think it's like, it's not a huge drop off. It's a little bit of drop off from Equal One. But man, I really fucking enjoy it and I keep listening to it. And to me, that's the sign that I'm looking for. That's what keeps me going. Like, because there's so many bands, especially legacy bands that you love. Like, okay, yeah, I'm going to check this out. But do you go back there a month later, or do you just play it for a week? I love the new Deep Purple. So there you go. And I know it's going to sound better than, the bullshit version of fucking Kansas that you're going to see.
And I love this album right here, the last Kansas album. And that's a lineup I'm about to see. So there you go.
Well, there you go. You might be happy.
Hey, it's
All
no
right.
different than equals one.
Saxon is going to release Gods of Thunder album in January of 2027. Fucking A, man. Love me some fucking Saxon. I hope I get to see him again.
Another band with hardly anybody left. Just one guy, right?
Well, no, you got Biff. You got the drummer has been there
Yeah,
since.
no, he joined after Denim and Leather.
Well, yeah, no. But I think
He
he's been there since
toured.
like 86.
No,
I think
no, no.
86.
He was with them in '82. He didn't play on Denim and Leather, but he did the tour. That's when
Oh, okay.
Nigel. Um,
Yeah.
but
Nigel
but they
Glockner.
but they still release fucking awesome albums, and I'm looking forward to it. I gotta tell you, Carp Diem, I thought was better than anything Saxon did after fucking Denim and Leather. You know what I
Uh,
mean?
well, I would. I love Carpe Diem. I love Carpe Diem. I don't know if I'd say it's better than Power and Glory. I love Power and Glory.
To me, it's totally
Uh,
different.
but I mean that's. Mm, but they keep that sound, and I think Saxon's one of those bands. They lost their way for about 5 years, and then after Solid Ball of Rock, they really like got back on track and really like kept it like, okay, this is some Saxon shit. You know,
You know what I think the problem with Saxon was like with Innocence is No Excuse, and
yeah. Well, I'm trying to sell to America.
yeah, but those albums. If you listen to like the last few tracks, it's total Saxon, but most of it is all commercialized. But then at the end of the albums, you got some fucking shit just as viable as Denim and Leather and Strong Arm of the Law, but it's buried in a lot of commercial schlock.
Yeah. All right. Well, fuck it, man. That's the fucking news. Who gives a shit about the other shit? The reason we're here is for 1980s Judas Priest. We've done this before with other bands, and now we're doing Judas Priest. Here's a band that started in the 70s. That's where they, started out, made their bones, but they really came of age in the 1980s. Um, I'll say personally, just because of my age and where I am, I did not buy a Judas Priest album till 1986. My first Judas Priest album was Turbo. Yeah. But Ralph, you were already a fan. Well, let me preface this. Let's talk about this. Uh, I believe your brother turned you on to Judas Priest, correct?
Yeah, in Germany, I heard Unleashing the East for the first time, and it totally changed my life.
Okay, so
1979.
but okay, so you heard that when it was current.
Yeah.
So when British Steel was coming out, you were already, I like this band. But in 1980, you already knew who they were and you were ready for British Steel.
Dude, I'll never forget the day I bought British Steel. I pedaled my ass on a bike it was called Service Merchandise, I think was the name of the store.
I've heard of Service Merchandise. Yes.
Yeah, I pedaled my ass. It was like maybe 3 miles from my house. I bought the album, British Steel, pedaled my ass back. Then I stopped at a canal. I sat down looking at the record, Metal Gods, Grinder. Threw it back in the bag, got in my. And to me, I don't think Judas Priest has made a better album than British Steel since.
Really?
That's my favorite. My favorite Judas Priest is the 80s. I mean, the 70s. But British Steel to me is. There's no better drummer for British Steel than Dave Holland. There's no better drummer for 80s Priest than Dave Holland. You can all fucking sit there and blue, well, Scott Travis or Les Pink. Those motherfuckers cannot play as solid as Dave Holland did on those fucking 80s albums. Yes, it was simplistic drumming, but it was the direction they were going in. And you know what? It worked popularity-wise. I may like Stained Class, Hellbent for Leather, even though Hellbent for Leather is kind of a stepping stone to British Steel. You're ready to hear some British Steel in
Yeah.
Hellbent for Leather, but they were very proggy before that. You know, Sin After Sin, Stained Class, and Sidewings are like my favorite Priest albums. But then when British Steel came in, you got man, it's that you weren't there. You'll never understand.
I
The way
understand.
you'll understand it is how you look at Turbo. You know, that's
Right.
how I look at British Steel. It was
I totally agree. I totally agree.
it was the year 1980. I was 15 years old. I was being bombarded by fucking AC/DC Back in Black, Women and Children First, On Through the Night, um, Strong Arm of the Law, the first Maiden album. I never bought Kiss Unmasked, by the way. I didn't hear Kiss Unmasked for like 3 years later. But anyway, I just, all these out, it was the most special, most amazing year for me. And Judas Priest, British Steel is Steeler, Rapid Fire, the whole album. I even love United. I love
Ugh,
that fucking song. Yeah, but
ugh.
you like Parental Guidance, you know?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair, and it's all about timeline, and we've talked about that show, about that ad nauseatum on this show. Um, yeah, totally, totally. Because there's songs that I hear and I'm like, I give a pass to, and you give a pass to it because when you came to it, um, British Steel for me, I did not get till oh God, we're talking late 80's. Um, and I loved it. Um, I'll tell you what, when I really came into British Steel was in the 90's. And I'm going to talk about this with a lot of albums on this list. What really turned me on to this, which I feel is one of the best compilations ever released, was Judas Priest Metalworks. Do you remember that, Ralph, in the 90's?
Yeah, yeah, I have it on CD, double CD.
Yeah, yeah. Um, that turned me on to the shit that I didn't already have, and really made me go back and look at some of these albums, and we'll get into that as it goes on. But I didn't even get in this band until 1986, 87. Turbo. Um, so British Steel, while I respect like when it came out and everything, it doesn't have the same impact for me that it has on you. There's
And the world, because Jesus
yeah,
Christ was nobody till British
right,
Steel.
right. And a lot of these songs, I mean, they're fucking classics, but there's ones that I was like, even early on, I was kind of burned out on, and I think that kind of limited my the impact. I just didn't have it because it was a different time. If I would have came in when you came in, it would have meant a lot more than what it does to me now. To me now, when I hear British Steel, it's all about the deep cuts and nothing about the popular songs. It's like the popular songs make me want to fucking throw up, but the deep cuts are the ones like, okay, yeah, yeah. Um, but goddamn, it's Judas Priest. But I mean, for you and somebody in 1980, I mean, you're dealing with, like, goddamn, Women and Children First, Heaven and Hell, this album, the first Iron Maiden album. I mean, all this stuff is coming out when you're a young uh, metal fan. I mean, how old were you in 1980?
15.
15. I mean,
That's
there
the
you go.
perfect age. That's the age that I think 14, 15 is where whatever you discovered at those 2 years are like your favorite albums from that band. For the most part, not every situation. Like I'll
Oh
give you
yeah.
an example just to show you, and I'm not saying this to goof on you, Ian, but just to show you how lame your generation is. You came into Judas Priest during Turbo.
Right.
What's better, Turbo or Screaming for Vengeance?
Screaming for Vengeance.
I came in with British Steel. I don't
Yeah.
like it more. I like it more than Scream for Vengeance. Though I gotta tell you, I love Scream for Vengeance. I love Defender. I really love Point of Entry. But I'm just saying, you came in to an album that you like other albums that you didn't come into yet, more than Turbo. Where me, I came and again, I came into Judas Priest with Unleashed in the East, and there's no better Judas Priest album than Unleashed in the East. And I'll
Yeah.
say this too, and I just recently thought of this. I've never thought of this before. You know, I've always said I've been more of a Priest guy than Iron Maiden guy, and overall I am. But you know what dawned on me the other day? I don't think Judas Priest made a studio album better than the first two Maiden albums. Now, I will say Unleashed in the East buries the first two Maiden albums. But as far as studio albums, the first two Maiden albums I'll take over every Judas Priest studio album. Every one of them. You know what I mean? Like,
Dis- Disagree, but I get it. You know.
but yeah, but I'm just saying, and I guess the reason Unleashed in the East is because I discovered that first. I discovered British Steel with the first Maiden album.
Uh,
And if you would have talked to a 15-year-old me, I would have told you, album of the year, On Through the Night. Second best album of the year, British Steel. Third, Iron Maiden. Now I think the first Maiden album is better than both of them. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
there's certain things. Like I'll give you another example. Some
Well,
guy.
it's like time frame. Like I listened to On Through the Night. I didn't come up with it. So I listened to it after the fact. And I'm like, it's kind of mid. There's a couple of good songs, but it's pretty fucking mid, you know? But I listen to fucking Maiden and fucking Priest. I'm like, oh, light years ahead of it. But I do understand, like, it's when you come into it, and the time frame. It is important. There's so much shit that I like that there's no way, if you played it for me for the first time today, that I'd be like, oh, that's life changing. But it was life changing at the age that I was at, you know. But overall, fuck no.
That's true. You're 100% true. My life hasn't changed with music since the first Merciful Fate EP. I think that was the last life-changing album I've ever had. No, I can't say Metallica. I can't say Rain and Blood. All fucking great albums. But as far as life-changing events, I'll tell you my life-changing event albums was I Want You, Double Platinum Kiss, Unleashed in the East, definitely, First Maiden, and Killers. I got to put them both together. And Merciful Fate. Those to me were the life-changing albums of my life. You know,
Uh,
I wouldn't say Kansas or ELO were life-changing, though I loved those bands before I got into the other bands. I just loved them. But
yeah.
what Kiss did to me, what the song I Want You did to me, is responsible for everything you see behind me. It all stems because before I Want You, I was into movies. You'd see me in the theater every fucking week. I just was a movie fanatic with Slapshot, the first Rocky, Breaking Training, Bad News Bears, Marathon Man, the first Omen, Exorcist. That was my life back then. Blazing Saddles. Then when Kiss came along, I wasn't like this Kiss started going, duh, I need to get everything Kiss. No, I was like, I need to find more bands like Kiss. And that's when I discovered Blue Oyster Cult, Nazareth, then, a year later, Judas Priest. And that was, after Kiss, Judas Priest Unleashed the East was the next life-changing event in my life.
Well, there you go. But I mean, there's no denying how groundbreaking British Steel was. And especially like here in the States, it was just like it was their first album, even though it wasn't. You know what I mean? It was the one where like, okay, we're getting some attention. There's some videos.
And
Uh,
they totally changed their sound.
oh yeah. Well, I would say there's a lot of similarities to me, and this is just me personally, and this could be like looking back, like Monday morning quarterback kind of thing. I think the change in sound happened with Hellbent for Leather or Killing Machine, whatever you want to call it. I think that's where it kind of leaned into like the, the dummy lyrics, the like chugga chugga kind of thing,
Well,
from what
I said that before. You have elements of British Steel. You can see the stepping stone.
right, right,
You
right.
still had
But
you still had Les Biggs, which is a total different drummer than Dave Holland.
right,
That gave it a different feel. But yeah, the dumbing down. But what made British Steel way different than anything Judas Priest did before? No high vocals. There's no high vocals on British
yeah,
Steel.
yeah,
None.
yeah. No,
At the end,
you're
at
absolutely
the
right.
end of Rapid Fire is the only time. But it's just one
Yeah.
little time at the end of a song. But there's no high vocals at all on
No,
British.
you're right. It is to me it's dumbed down for American audiences.
And it worked.
And I don't mean that as a slag. I don't mean
It
that,
is. No, no. Hey, look, I'm the one that loves the album more than you, and I agree.
Yeah.
It's totally
Yeah.
dumbed down. Compared to the '70s stuff, it's not as sophisticated. It's
Yeah.
not as intricate. It's just not. But you hear shit like Running Wild from Hellbent for Leather or the song Hellbent for Leather. That doesn't match British Steel.
Right.
British Steel took it a step further.
Right.
Burning is different. It's like delivering
No,
the goods is very
I
different,
agree.
you know?
I agree. And I remember it, as somebody who came on with Turbo and then went back. I remember the first time because, I'm reading all like Hit Parade or I'm reading all this shit and everything's referring back to Unleashed in the East or like you got to hear this. It was too much for me, because I was used to this bastardized like American cock rock version of Judas Priest. That's what I came into. So I'm going back and listen to it. And I'll never forget. I had a paper route. This thing, Penny Saver. I used to get up at 5 o'clock and go on my bike and deliver all this shit. And I had bought a used copy on cassette of Unleashed in the East, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? This doesn't sound like Parental Guidance. This doesn't sound like Turbo Love. This is heavy as fuck. Like, it was too much. It took me time to appreciate it. But for you who was already into this shit, and then you hear this, I get it. I get why it means that much to you.
And you getting into Turbo, I don't get it all.
Yeah, no, I mean, the very first experience I ever had with Priest was the video for Turbo Lover.
It's like if
Whenever,
somebody says to you, "Oh, the first time I heard Metallica was Reload, and I love Reload." I mean, what would you think of
oh,
that person?
hey, I get that, dude. It's fucking timeline, man. It is fucking timeline.
Yeah, that's why United is a great song to me. That was my favorite song back in 1980. That was my
Really?
favorite song off the album. Yep, back then.
Wow. And I even listened to it today because I started listening to it and I was like, to me, it's so fucking, it's like fucking rock and roll all night, like 3 times more retarded.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, but I like Rock and Roll Night.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, it
I
is
get it.
retarded. Look, you can bash the song till you're blue in the face. I would agree with you. It's a retarded song. I love it though. It is a
Hey,
stupid ass song.
dude, but I mean, we go back to the timeline. The shit that I love by Dangerous Toys, you would listen to and you're like, that's fucking retarded. You know, listen to those lyrics, listen to that song, you would say it's retarded. And I can't argue with you. All I can speak to is how it made me feel at the time and how it drove me on to different stuff. And that's the great thing. Like whenever you get shit, like I want to when I hear my son talk about Metallica and he talks fondly on the 90s stuff, I'm like I want to fucking choke him fucking out. But I'm like it's when you discovered it. How different is that to me than thinking fucking Tears Are Falling is the best Kiss song ever. You know what I mean? It's timeline. It's when you're a child and what you discover and what shapes you and makes you go forward. But I love British Steel. It just isn't. It's never ever been the one that, like, to most Judas Priest fans, it's never been that same. I don't know. It
There's
just
a
doesn't
lot.
have.
There's many Judas Priest fans that hate British Steel because they weren't around back then. They don't know what it was like. They have no idea.
Yeah,
Oh, British Steel is overrated. It's like you just don't know. It's like look, Sergeant Pepper. I wasn't around when Sergeant Pepper was out. I like Rubber Soul. By the way, box set coming out, Rubber Soul.
yeah.
Um, I like Rubber Soul, Revolver, Abbey Road, White Album, all more than Sergeant Pepper. But if I was around back in the
Right.
'66, was it? I'd be
Yeah,
like, I
67.
get, because even now, with me liking these Beatles album more than Sergeant Pepper, I still can tell why that album is so important. You know,
What would be your favorite song off of British Steel?
it's a tie between The Rage and Steeler, the two last songs. I'd probably give the slightest edge to The Rage.
Okay. Funny you say that. My favorite song would be The Rage. So I mean that's fucking killer. Even though we both disagree on like the importance and the fucking all this, but there's a song that still unites us. And regardless of all this other bullshit, there's a song that reaches out to both of us. Like, mm,
I believe The Rage was on Metalworks.
yeah, yeah. Well, no, I mean, I'll get into that. There's a lot of stuff that changed my opinion on Judas Priest. And again, you have to remember my age. When I got into this band, 1996, in 19, or I'm sorry, 1986, I was 12. Okay, I was 12 years old when I bought my first Judas Priest album, which was Turbo. And then, I kept up with them and like, and it wasn't the best era of Judas Priest. And then I got Metalworks, which Metalworks, in my opinion, still to this day is one of the best compilations ever because it wasn't straight up radio shit. It was just grabbing like random shit, putting on an album, and Metalworks made me a Judas Priest fan, made me go out and check these different eras because I'm hearing all these songs. Because I remember after fucking, I feel like I'm jumping ahead here, but like after I got Turbo, okay, I grew up in the era of Columbia House records and tapes where you get all this shit, 9 for a penny and shit like that. And I'm getting these albums like when I first got Defenders of the Faith, I'm like, you know. But then by listening to that, I was like, oh shit, yeah, this song's on that album, and all this shit fucking changed, man. Fucking love it. All right. Well, that's what we say about British Steel. We're talking about 1980. And now we're gonna move on here. Next album, what are we talking about? We're talking about Point of Entry. Uh, I love this album. I've always loved this album. And I can't tell you what it is. And it's funny, like, as much as I'm like, I love British Steel, but I'm so fucking sick and tired of breaking the law. I'm so sick and tired, of fucking living after midnight. Like, oh, it's fucking commercial fucking bullshit. Here comes a fully blown commercial album that I absolutely love. From the first time I fucking heard it, and you hear other people talk about it, even like, Kerry King from Slayer talk, love Judas Priest. And then this album came out, he's like, fuck Judas Priest. This is a fag album, it's all fucking stupid shit. Sorry he don't get it. But to my ears, this is one of my most played fucking Priest albums ever. I absolutely love it. What do you think, Ralph?
I play this more than British Steel.
There you go. I'll be right back. Timestamp. Timestamp.
I love Point of Entry. Now, it's not, I mean, objectively, yeah, if this came out in 86, I don't think I would have liked it. I don't think I would have liked it. It's very much timeline again. Very much timeline. And I remember these songs. I bought this album when it was new, and I loved it. I fucking love Desert Plains being my favorite song. I love Turning Circles. I love Don't Go, which is a weird first single, though. Heading Out to the Highways classic. Hot Rockin', one of the greatest Judas Priest videos. Yeah, you all goof on it. And yeah, deservedly so with the workout and bullshit. But at the end of the video, when they're playing with the fire and shit, that's the coolest Judas Priest video ever. Ever. I love Troubleshooter, On the Run, Solar Angels. You Say Yes and All the Way are the two weaker tracks, but they got a charm. They do have a charm to it. But I think it's a solid hard rock album. It's totally not metal. It's totally not metal. And I can totally understand why Kerry King wouldn't like it. Because Kerry King lived in California at the time. And California has a very weird, and I can tell you this from experience. California was more elite than Florida. Because when I went to California, in 1985, that was the first time I ever heard anybody bash Metallica. I never heard anybody bash on Metallica. Oh, Metallica sold out with that Fade to Black, and that stupid beginning of the album sounds like Disney World. I remember people bashing on it in 85. In 81, even 85, I don't think it was till, yeah, it was 85 when I started going, what the fuck is with this fucking Theater of Pain bullshit? And Rat's not, that's not as good as Out of the Cellar, and everything. Everything wasn't as good. Dawkins' album wasn't as good as Tooth and Nail. All these albums that came out after 84 were just not as good as what they did before. But in 81, this album, Point of Entry, I didn't have no elitist friends at all. We all loved the album. We all weren't going, they're not that metal. It's not as metal as before. It's so commercial. We never thought that. We just thought it was a kick-ass, hard rocking album. Yes, when years go by, well, fucking a year goes by, and I hear Screaming for Vengeance, I'm like, oh man, they went back to the real heavy shit. Because this is a very commercial album. And it was intended to be, British Steel took them this high. They intended to go higher with Point of Entry. And what you were saying when you were gone, if Point of Entry came out in 1986, I would have hated it. I would have hated it. Because my brain was already into Merciful Fate, the heavy metal shit, that if Judas Priest was to release a commercial album in 86, I would have hated it. And I did. Turbo, I fucking hate Turbo. I hate that album with a passion. This one I didn't hate. Why? Because it was at a younger age where I was more not surrounded by elitist douchebags like KK, like Kerry King. You know what I mean? So yeah, I love Point of Entry. I do love the album.
I mean, and that's the thing with me. Like, I listen to it. Like, even today, I'm like, how do I like You Say Yes? I don't know. It's one of those I listen to. It's like the most moronic song ever. Like the stupidest lyrics. But I listen to it. I'm like, I don't know. It just fucking works.
I agree with you. I mean, it's a 1-2 punch. Fucking You Say Yes and then All the Way. Just as retarded.
I'm going all the way to do.
It's terrible, but I love it.
I know. I know, and I don't get it. And that's why, like, when you and I disagree on things, sometimes I don't take it as personal, because it's like we both experience the same thing, just in different years. and this is one of the ones, like, god damn, Point of Entry. Uh, I stole this album from the same guy twice. I stole it from him on cassette, and I stole it from him on CD. But you know what? He stole my buddy's wife, so fuck him. So fuck you, you son of a
Come
bitch.
on, his buddy's wife was a whore. Blame her, not him.
Okay, okay, fuck you, Michelle. But
Yeah, he should have ripped off whatever album she had at the time, even if it was Wham.
but there's just something about this, and I can't put a label on it. I know this is not the greatest Judas Priest album,
Oh,
but I
I
love
agree.
it.
I agree.
You know, and it's kind of like how you and me talk about, you know, Never Say Die. It's one of those, and I listened to it back to back because we're getting ready for this episode today. So I listened to British Steel all in its entirety today, and it was a struggle because of the songs that I'm so burned out on. Living After Midnight, Breaking the Law. I'm just like, oh God. And it doesn't matter, like, you know, if you're listening to the European version or the American version, because they have different, you know, set lists of what leads off the album. Um, but we get to fucking Point of Entry, and I'm just like, I love it. I fucking love this album. Even though it's you know, it's far from the best Judas Priest album, there's just something about it. And the way the songs flow into the other, I'm just like, I fucking love this shit. I love it. And I love Slayer. I love Kerry King. He hates this album. Hey, sorry about your luck, dude. Sorry about it. Because when I listen to this album, I'm happy as fuck, dude. I'm happy as fuck.
You know, a lot of people like to throw that out. Well, Kerry King don't like it. So what? So what? Do I
Yeah.
have to think like Kerry King? I mean, come on, give me a break.
Well,
Let him.
there are a lot of people that are like, oh, I gotta agree with this.
It doesn't bother me that Kerry King
Yeah.
he Point of Entry. Whatever, whatever.
I think, oh my God, if I got to see Judas Priest right now, you know, considering the lineup and everything, and what Halford can do, if he played Don't Go, I would lose my fucking mind. I would be like, oh my God. I think Don't Go is one of the best Judas Priest songs ever. It's not like it's not like, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I don't think it's like, you know, emblematic of who they are as a band and like the best thing ever, but it's like if they play that live, I would be like, holy fuck, because I love that. I love everything about that song. Don't Go, you know. And what I love about Judas Priest is they are a band who have done so many different styles. You know, if you look at, you know, the history of this band, like all the different shit they've done, I love a majority of it. I don't love all of it. I hate Nostradamus. I fucking hate it. I think that shit sucks. It's fucking faggoty ass, fucking European trash, fucking power metal. But I love them doing like bullshit Motley Crue type shit. So go figure, you know. It's still better than what fucking Iron Maiden does nowadays, in my opinion. You know. You know what sounds like modern Iron Maiden? Is that horrible new fucking Tony Iommi song. That sounds like Iron Maiden to me. Like modern Iron Maiden.
Lex Legion sounds like Iron Maiden to me.
Wow, I can't believe you hated it that much. Oh well. It is what it is. But yeah, Point of Entry. And I will say this, you know, this is what I posted as the picture. I don't care if it's the American version or the European version. It's the worst album cover that they ever had.
Both suck. They both suck.
Yeah, they both suck, but I like the American version. I fuck you. I'm an American. This is what I grew up with. I remember going to my buddy's brother's room. He was a Judas Priest fan, like when it was like dangerous to listen to Iron Maiden. Like I'm in grade school before I was even, and he had this poster in his bedroom. And I'm like, he worships the devil, kind of shit. I love it. All right, well, fuck it.
I
All
want to say
right,
one last thing about point of entry. You know
all
when
right.
guys go, "Oh, point of entry, that's gay." Point, get it? Point of entry. What? What? An entry ain't a vagina either. Oh, but you're thinking the gay way because you're gay, right? You know, a lot
Exactly.
of people bring up, "Oh, well, Jawbreaker is a gay song. This song, Ram It Down, they're all gay." It's like, motherfucker, you can ram it down a girl's throat. You can break a girl's jaw, but you know what you can't do? Write a song like Raw Deal and Sin After Sin that nobody talks about, where he says in the lyrics, I walk into a bar in Fire Island. Why don't nobody talk about that one's blatantly gay? Every other one, point of entry, come on. All the only point of entry I know is a vagina and a girl's mouth, you know? Fucking gay people.
Yeah. If you like Sammy Hagar, you should die. All right, we'll go on the next album. Here we go. Fucking Screaming for Vengeance. And wow, what a kind of course correct. Uh, in a way, I will say there's certain elements about this album that are very, very metal, very metal. And then there's other ones that are still very commercial. Um, and this is album I already know going into. I love this album way more than you do. Uh, but talk to me, Ralph, about you being there at the time because I came late to the game. You already know fucking, Unleash the East. You already know British Steel. You liked Point of Entry. Then Scream for Vengeance comes out. Where are you at?
I love Scream for Vengeance. I think it's the second best album in the 80s. But I've told the story before. I don't know if I told it on the podcast, but it's a funny story. My friend came to my house and he said, dude, this is 1982. I haven't heard Scream for Vengeance yet. He comes to my house and goes, dude, I knew already about Quiet Riot and Randy Rhoads, reading about it, and Randy Rhoads died. And we all wanted to hear Quiet Riot with Randy Rhoads. And my friend came by my house and he said, dude, I got Quiet Riot with Randy Rhoads. Put it on. He played me electric. He played me the Hellion Electric Eye. And I was like, holy fuck, Quiet Riot rules. And you know what? Listen to Electric Eye. That is them doing Randy Rhoads. That's total Randy Rhoads playing. You can tell Randy Rhoads was a huge influence on that song. And I think that album smokes. The only I'm not saying this because it's the popular song. I swear to fucking Black Sabbath that when I first got Scream for Vengeance, I hated You Got Another Thing Coming. That was the only song I didn't like on the album. And then they released a video for the song. I'm like, out of every song on the album, you picked this fucking clunker. And to this day, I think I hate Got Another Thing Coming more now than I did back then. That's the only song I hate off this album. The fucking masterpiece Dark Horse on this album is Fever. Ooh,
Love it. Love it.
fucking Fever rules. Riding on the Wind, Bloodstone, Take These Chains, Pain and Pleasure, the title track, Devil's Child. Solid fucking album. Incredible album with one shitty song. And this is the first time I saw Judas Priest. Sunrise Musical Theater with Uriah Heep on the Obamagog tour, which I've said this story before too. I saw it at Sunrise Musical Theater. 2 years prior to that show, I went to the Sunrise Musical Theater to see Ozzy and Def Leppard. And that was Tommy Aldridge and Rudy Sarzo. But then when I saw the pre-show, it was Bob Daisley and Lee Kerslake with Uriah Heep. So I kind of saw the Blizzard of Oz lineup on the same stage, just different years. But
Yeah.
I have never witnessed a more brutal, incredible, mind-blowing show than that. As far as I swear I was very close, and I'm not lying. When Rob Hoffer would hit high notes, you see the side PAs tremble. It was that fucking amazing. His voice would make the speakers shake during Sinner and Victim of Changes and Riding on the Wind. When he would hit those high notes, and back then I didn't wear earplugs, it was fucking unbelievable. Unbelievable. I saw them the next year, Defender of the Faith at the Sportatorium, much bigger place. And it was the same thing, though I wasn't close for that one. I couldn't see the speakers tremble, but Hoffer was just as lethal as that show. That show may have been better, but the reason why I like the Screaming for Vengeance show more, because I was up close seeing the speakers do that. But I love Screaming for Vengeance. I think it's an incredible album. Incredible album.
Well, I think it is too. And to me, what I love about this album is it's like pure fucking metal to me. And there's no, not trying to be a dick, but there's no faggoty tracks on this. There's no United. There's no
Parental Guidance.
Yeah, well, no, hold on, we'll get to that. What's the faggoty track on fucking Hell Bent for Leather?
Oh, Take on the World. That sucks.
Yeah. You know what I mean? There's nothing like that. To me, everything is like fucking metal on this album. And again, we're talking about it. I'm not even into the band at this era. So I'm talking about going back and, in time. But to me, this is the greatest album they put out in the 80s by far. By fucking far. I listen as much as I love Point of Entry. To me, like you want to metal Judas Priest, it's this. Even the songs that are kind of commercial, like Break These Chains and shit like that, I think it's fucking phenomenal. Best album they put out in the 80s by far. I love it. And it's weird too because it took me some time. Like here, I come to this band like on such a weak ass album, but I love it, But then I go back and I go back in time and listen. It's like God, they're even better than I think they are. They're just fucking amazing. I love it. Yeah, Screaming for Vengeance. I don't think there's one bad song. There's not one bad song. There's not anything I would bitch about or I would change the placement, where it is on the album. I think it starts off great. I think it fucking ends great. It's, I would put it right up there with the best Iron Maiden, which I would put with like early 80s metal. Like it was Iron Maiden and Judas Priest in the early 80s. Like, that was the shit. That was like the real fucking shit. You had this shit coming out from LA that was great. That was cool. You had your fucking Shout the Devils. You had your fucking, Out of the Cellar. You had your Tooth and Nail. But it was still pansy compared to what was coming out of England at that time, And not only that, you had fucking Dio and fucking Sabbath and all this shit, man. And then you had the rise of fucking thrash. I mean, what a glorious fucking time. I mean, I came in when I came in at the height of glam, but it's still like, I don't give a fuck because it's what got me into it. And I discovered all the other shit, So I ain't fucking hating. But this, to me, this is a landmark. Like, there's no way there's any other fucking 80s Judas Priest album that compares to this. That does it better. There's not even fucking close. To me, this is light years ahead of British Steel. But, but I wasn't there, A lot of British Steel people disagree and they say it's that. I say it's this. I say Screaming for Vengeance, the greatest 80s Judas Priest album ever. All right. Well, now we'll go into the next one, which we're gonna go. Um, what is it like? This one came out in '82, and then in 1984, you have this one, which is "Defenders of the Faith." Um, I'll say this again. I'm going backwards in time. I did not appreciate this album until the 90s when I had Metalworks. And I'll say the main reason is, and I know Ralph's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I didn't like Free Will Burning. I did not like that song. I was like, it's you know, mm. Wasn't the other, and it kind of like played me off to the album. And I remember like I got Defenders of the Faith again, Columbia House records and tapes, you know. Um, it didn't get me until I heard all like the deep tracks on the album. That's when I really fell in love with Defenders of the Faith. But yeah, Free Will Burning kind of turned me off. What did you think of this one? Like coming off of Defenders, I mean coming off of Screaming for Vengeance, you like that one, but you hate the big hit. And then this one comes out. Where'd you fall there in 1984?
It's right there with Screaming for Vengeance for me. It's almost neck and neck. You know, I don't feel like Screaming for Vengeance is light years better than, obviously not better than Spirit of Steel, but I don't think it's light years better than Defenders. Free Will Burning, you kidding me? All my friends, we all fucking love that song so much that we all tried to sing the fast part, and only my friend Greg Soria was able to do it. And we all tried. Runs free, charge it to the night, never give it a step of way to pay. Nobody sang that fast back then. We were all fucking, whoa. That was when it was like, this is the greatest metal band ever. It was like steroids. And yes, I remember hearing Free Will Burning before I bought the record, because when I got home and played it, you know, Free Will Burning blew my mind. But man, I'll never forget the first time I heard Jawbreaker. The way Jawbreaker ended, where Rob Halford hits those fucking super high notes. Amazing. Rock Hard Ride Free, it's okay. Not one of the better tracks. It's okay. Sentinel, probably the best song on the album. Love Bites, rules.
Love it.
Eat Me Alive fucking rules. The only song they didn't play live from Defender of the Faith. Defender of the Faith tour played every song off this album except Eat Me Alive. Though Eat Me Alive was played later it's on one of their live albums, the one that won a Grammy, which shows you that album sucked. But
Yeah.
Night Comes Down, amazing ballad. Amazing. Defender of the Faith is throwaway. You know, I think that's throwaway. Heavy Duty is okay. I do a really funny cover of that, and you can see the video on YouTube. Me and my friend is in. And what else? Am I missing anything? I think that's the whole album. I love Defender of the Faith. I thought but then again, when did Defenders of the Faith come out, Ian? What year was that?
1984.
You don't fuck around. 1984. Every fucking band I loved released their last amazing album, because Judas Priest never made an album as good as Defender of the Faith since this album. I love a lot of their albums after, but none of them are as good as Defender of the Faith. And yes, I put Screaming for Vengeance above Defender of the Faith, but not by much. I think they're pretty much.
Oh, I'm surprised. I thought it was the other way around.
No, actually, there was a time I thought Defenders was better, but that was a small, brief time I thought that.
Okay. All right.
I think Screaming's a better album, but not by much. Not by much. Amazing album. And then it all went to shit after this.
Yeah. No, I agree. Again, you know, I'll get into it later, like how I came back to this album and how I reevaluated this album and totally changed my opinion. But it was years later. All right. Well, now let's go on to the next one here. I know I got that one guy who's like, oh, I hate watching Ian trying to change shit, but
Yeah, fuck that guy.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing the best I can, brother. I'm doing the best I can. I'm drunk.
Why would that bother you?
Because I want to do the best I can, but I know I'm not that good. Here we go. Turbo. This is how I came into Judas Priest. So, we got to go back 85, 86. That's when I like fully decided like, hey, black music isn't what I'm into. It's heavy metal because that's what it was before then. It was R&B and black music is what I was into. And then I saw Tears Are Falling by Kiss. That changed everything. Um, and then this shit came in and I saw the video for Turbo Lover. And I fucking loved her. I still to this day, I love Turbo Lover. Um, so this shit came out and I was like, okay, I'm all about Judas Priest. Didn't know any of the history, nothing of the band. I'm just like, I love this song. I got the album. I will say this is one of those things like a lot of the stuff I bought from that era, I got more into those albums, like song for song, than I did this. There was songs that I liked on this album, but song for song, I didn't find this the strongest. Uh, but I did. I loved Turbo. I loved Parental Guidance. As silly as it is, I love that song. Um, Out in the Cold, man, Out in the Cold, like right away, I was like, oh my God, that's fucking amazing. But there's a lot of like fucking, what is that? Wild Nights and Hot and Crazy Days. Fucking terrible. Fucking
Reckless.
terrible. Thank you. Because here's the thing I see a lot of like Monday morning quarterbacks writing about Reckless.
That song sucks.
Reckless was supposed to be on the Top Gun soundtrack.
Yep.
And for whatever reason it didn't end up on there. And people to this day are like, "Oh, if Reckless would have been on there with fucking Take My Breath Away, Judas Priest would have been so much bigger." Like, no. Fucking Reckless sucks.
But hey, whoever is into Take My Breath Away would like Reckless because they're both lame.
Yeah, but I mean, I see what you're saying, but I don't like looking back now. I see no crossover appeal for a song like Reckless. Like
Oh
I
man,
see,
look. If Reckless was on Top Gun, those jocks, those people that hey, I can't drive 55. Those are the type of people that would go. Reckless is my jam.
I kind of see what you're saying, but at the same time,
I grew up with jocks, dude. I know what they were into. They liked all that Sammy Hagar bullshit, you know.
yeah,
They were the people like David Lee Roth was a clown. Now Van Halen's real. Those are the people that
yeah,
would like Reckless. Those are the people that would be into Reckless.
right,
Come on, is
right.
Reckless any more different than Why Can't This Be Love?
Yeah, no, it's a horrible song. But I mean, there's part of me like I can't totally fucking hate on Turbo because it's what brought me in. It's what like I loved Turbo. I loved Parental Guidance. I loved Out in the Cold. And still like when you and me went and saw Judas Priest and they played Out in the Cold, I lost my shit because I'm like, oh my God, I love this fucking song. But I go back and I listen to it now, like now, much more than when it came out. I consider myself, a Judas Priest fanatic, you know, and I hear like these random songs, I'm like, yes, but I hear the other half, I'm like, ooh, what the fuck? Sometimes you can separate timeline and sometimes you can't, you know, and this is a perfect example of like I listen to half this album and I'm like, oh, it's great. I listen to the other half, I'm like, no, I don't give a fuck. this shit's fucking terrible. Like, how did they go from Defenders of the Faith to this shit? But in hindsight, you look back, like, look at how big this album was. Look at how big this tour was. I mean, this is where you get Heavy Metal Parking Lot, was this tour, and all this shit. But is it a great example of Judas Priest? In my mind, no. But rather, I mean, it had to be much harder for you. So what was it like? Like as like at this time, like, you know, we joke about like lifelong fan. At this point, like really, in all reality, you've been listening to this band like 4 or 5 years, but considering your age, you feel like this is my band. But now you hear, like, you go from Defenders of the Faith to this shit. What was it like? What was the fallout?
It was terrible. I was already losing faith in all these bands, you know, uh, because of Turbo. I mean, thank God for Slayer, Metallica, and Sodom, and Merciful Fate, and Raven, and Venom. All those bands came in and replaced shit like this. So when Turbo came out, sure, it sucked. I don't like it, but it was to be expected. All my, Ultimate Sin, Somewhere in Time, all these bands Pack is Back, Raven, all these bands I fucking love were releasing this garbage. And then I had Ride the Lightning, I had Master of Puppets, I had Rain and Blood, Hell Awaits, you know? And what you were saying too, and again, I don't mean to bash on you, Ian, but it is the truth. You're saying, well, it is my timeline, but I can tell. Even timeline, these songs, not my timeline, buddy. In 80, I can't pick bad songs. I just can't. I loved it all. I loved it all. I can't, I'm not Monday morning quarterbacking to all the albums I loved in 1980 and thinking any of them suck now. On the contrary, I think everyone rule, with the exception of Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution. That song sucks. But other than that,
What?
Back in Black's a masterpiece. Oh, that song sucks. That song.
Oh,
Sucks.
oh.
Yeah, and that's me being you with Turbo. At least I can
No,
find
no,
one.
no, 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 it's fine because I've only heard one other person say that other than you, and I'm like, that is the most stupidest thing I've ever heard. But now I've heard you say it too. You don't like Rock and Roll as Noise Pollution?
But Ian, you like Parental Guidance. So, you think that's the stupidest shit you ever heard? Listen to yourself say you like Parental Guidance.
No, I know that's stupid.
That's
I know
dumb.
that.
That's dumber.
Yeah.
Rock and
No,
Roll
I
and
don't.
Noise Pollution is like Stairway to Heaven compared to Parental Guidance. I'll give you that. But it's
Wow,
still
really, really, you don't like Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution?
no,
Wow,
not a fan.
wow.
That's
That
the only
no,
song
no,
I
no,
like.
no, no. The funny thing is, that's my favorite song off of Back in Black.
Mine's Hell's Bells.
I love Hell's Bells, but my favorite's always been Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution.
I love it all. Shake a Leg. I even like You Shook Me All Night Long, even though that I'm really tired of. But I love it. When I do my
Wow.
track by tracks, I'm always like, I'm so burnt out on this song, but I'm not judging songs because I'm burnt out on them. Because there's songs I'm burnt out on that if I put it against, let's say, Talk to Me by Kiss, You Shook Me All Night Long is going to win. I may
Yeah.
be,
No.
but,
Well. Talk to Me is a fucking fag song.
but that's my example. If the song is burnt
Wow.
out and I put it against a Talk to Me, the burnt out song is going to win. I don't judge songs because I'm burnt out on them.
I know. Dude, I can't even process right now. Like, really, like, just to know you don't like Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution. That's just like,
That song is Noise Pollution.
I'm just.
That's Dude, you don't look, man. I read enough
Like
books.
I can hear you say like I don't like Night of the Long Knives, you know.
Yeah,
But
I admit that. To me, for those about to rock, it's pretty front loaded.
I'm just taken back.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
you don't know this, Ian, but you know when AC/DC wrote Rock and Roll Noise Pollution, Bon was there. He died later on because of that song. Bon wrote
I'm
lyrics. Bon wrote lyrics to that song. It was called
God,
this shitty song is Noise Pollution.
wow. Look at all this shit, and we still haven't even got to ram it down yet. Holy fuck.
I haven't even talked about Turbo really. Uh, when you and I did a Turbo review, I
Right.
sat because I never listened to this fucking album. I sat and listened to it, and all of a sudden I was like, "Wow, I kind of like Turbo Lover now." And my favorite part of Turbo Lover is what they edit out of the video. The little little part before the solo. I think that's the best part of the fucking song, and they edited it out of the video. I like that song. Of course, I like Out of the Cold. And again, this song is so shitty that I like it. But it is a shitty song. It's fucking horrible. It's You Say Yes horrible. And that is Hot for Love.
Ooh.
That is
Oh.
that's bad. But you know what? I like it more than any other song on the album except for Turbo Lover and Out in the Cold. So those would be my only three songs I can stomach off the album. I
Ooh.
hate I hate this album with a passion. It really, it wasn't so much, oh, fuck Judas Priest, this and that. I still went and saw the Turbo tour, but I was more into Slayer, Venom,
Who opened up when you saw, was it Docking on the?
yeah, Dokken.
All right. Well, now let's go into the live album. We got to talk about the live album because Turbo was a success for them. And then they released Priest Live. There was a lot of bands trying to capitalize on the success of Live After Death. And you've talked at nauseam how you don't like Live After Death. But I think as an 80s metals fan, it was probably the biggest like 80s metal live album.
It was.
You know what
I agree.
Yeah.
It was. It was extremely popular.
Okay. So there's bands that are trying to capitalize on that. You got Scorpions put out Worldwide Live, you know, Priest put out Priest Live. And I think that that's what it was. They're trying to like, okay, we can do this too. Um, but of course not to that same success. Um, the second Priest album I ever bought was Priest Live. Um, and I really dug it. And I think it's like a good example of 80s Priest Live. But like looking back now, like there's no way this shit compares to like Unleashing the East. There's no way it compares to like 70s Priest. But I do think it's a fairly accurate representation of Priest on the Turbo Tour. I don't think it's horrible. It's just there's no way it can live up to Unleashing the East. What do you think? Or what did you think and what did your friends think at the time it came out?
No, we all hated it. Though I think Love Bites is better than the studio version on there. I think Love Bites is the highlight of that album. But there's too much turbo crap on there. Too much. Private, proper. Rock You All Around the World. That's another one. Oh, let's try to be heavy with that garbage. Hey, I'm telling you, the vocal melodies on Turbo, a lot of those songs sound like Romper Room. Like every day you look at me to turn the music low. If you keep on screaming, you'll make me deaf, even what he's saying is stupid. Like, aren't we
It
supposed
sounds gay when you sing it.
but I'm singing it accurately. And
I
the
know.
lyrics, it's like if it ain't too loud, you're too old. Well, your dad's screaming at you, oh, you're gonna make me deaf. Stop. Hey, that ain't rock and roll. Your dad should make you deaf. That's rock. But yeah, I do enjoy some of it. I mean, I don't think like Free Will Burning or what else is on there, Electric Eye, and A couple other ones. I don't think they're better than the studio version, but I will say Love Bites, I think, is the highlight on this album. Best song on it, but yeah, it was a very disappointing double album because it had too much turbo crap on it. I do like the fact that they didn't repeat like Unleashed in the East songs. I like
Right.
I like that because I hate when bands do that. They release an album, they had songs that was on their first, like Kiss Alive 3. See, Kiss Alive 2 had the right idea. Kiss Alive 3, it's like, Kiss Alive 3, it's like, dude, nobody gives a fuck about Kiss. Seriously. Let's do fucking the 70s shit and throw it on this album. Because if you're only going to add shit from Dynasty on, nobody would want Kiss Alive 3. Well, nobody wanted it anyway. But either way, um, that's the only good thing I can say about Priest Live is love bites and not rehashing songs that were on Unleashed in the East.
All right. All right. Well, now we'll go to the last one of the
I also,
80's.
I also got one more thing to say about Priest Live. Some
All
of
right.
that show, and you can't find this anywhere on Wikipedia, anywhere. But that show was recorded in Dallas and at the Hollywood Sportatorium. It was in a magazine interview, and I remember Rob Halford being interviewed on the Metal Shop promoting the album. They said some of it was at the Hollywood Sportatorium and some of it was in Dallas. The live video was all Dallas, but or was it Fort Worth? I know Texas, but
Dallas. Dallas.
yeah, some of Priest Live was Sportatorium, and you can't find it anywhere online. But I remember hearing Rob say it, and I also remember hearing it, reading it in the press when it was a brand new album.
All right. Well, after that, you get Ram It Down, which I think was seen as a big letdown to a lot of Judas Priest fans, especially considering the lead-off track was their horrible, horrible cover of Chuck Berry's Johnny Be Good. Um, I think it just killed the album. What do you think, Ralph?
I love Blood Red Skies. I think that's a great song.
Right,
Um,
right, right. No, but what I'm getting at though, I'm trying to allude to is, uh, yeah, great track. But before this album came out, that's what the lead track was. That's what the video was. I think it was definitely the wrong song. I think,
I think it's Turbo. Turbo killed Priest. Turbo killed him. Killed the momentum. This album is Turbo. It's just a heavier version of Turbo. Drum machines. Love Zone could have
ugh,
fit perfectly on Turbo. Perfect.
Love Zone.
Yeah,
Ugh.
it's got a lot of Johnny Be Good is god awful. I'm a Rocker sucks.
Oh,
Uh,
really? There,
oh, that
see,
sucks.
I'm a rocker, and Blood Red Skies are the only songs I like.
Even the title, I'm a rocker. The fuck is that shit? But
Wow,
yeah,
I see. See, I was surprised when they got back together with Halford, and they did that like live video from the
yeah, Budokan, I think, or
yeah
Japan.
yeah Angel of Retribution. Like they
And
did I'm a rocker. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. I'm like, I love that song.
and
But yeah,
they didn't play I'm a rocker on the Ram It Down tour. They played it later on that Japanese.
yeah,
That's a song that
I like that song.
yeah, that song sucks. But I will say it's better than Turbo, but that's not saying much. You know,
All
it's
right.
try
Well,
hard. It's very try hard. Heavy metal
I
is
will
try hard.
say when this came out, um, I was very disappointed. You know, and I know that sounds like crazy, like I like Turbo, but I'm disappointed in this. But I was because in the meantime, between Turbo and this, I'd also discovered Metallica. I've discovered all this heavier shit. Um, so I was hoping for a better album. But when this came out, it was one of those like first day purchases, but like, mm, mm. It's one of those I'd listen to it like the first week. I bought it on cassette, uh, but did not stick around. What did you think when you first heard Ram It Down?
I just thought, what is Turbo Part Two? With it has a little more hair on the balls, but it's still not great. It's weak. It's a weak album.
Oh,
And
and the drumming. Let's get into that because even though there wasn't really a lineup change in the '80s, there kind of was because there ain't no Dave Holland on this fucking album. You
I'll
know?
tell you, I saw the tour. The tour was phenomenal. It was the first time I ever seen them do Beyond the Realms of Death. They didn't do the rocker. Let me think. What did they do off this album? They did Ram It Down. They did Heavy Metal and Come and Get It. Those are the only three songs they played off this album, I think. They didn't play Johnny Be Good and all that shit. But I'll tell you what was unique about that show, and I heard a rumor later that this was the case. Dave Holland was on a huge drumlizer. Huge. Actually, the show I saw is on YouTube. I believe it's the only Ram It Down show. Though on YouTube it says Judas Priest live in Miami. It wasn't in Miami. It was in Hollywood, Florida. In Pembroke Pines, Florida, if you want to get literal. But he was, dude, this drum riser was like 10 feet tall. And the rumor was there was a drummer inside the drum riser playing the drums. It wasn't Dave Allen. He was on stage mimicking. That's a rumor I heard. I don't
I
know.
believe it.
I don't know how true it is, but that's a
Dave
rumor.
Holland fucks kids.
And and there I already saw the attendance dwindle, you know, and as lack of turnout Ram It Down was, Painkiller was even worse. Why? Because of Turbo. Turbo killed them, just like Kiss. Crazy Nights killed Kiss. You know, Revenge came out. Oh, they're back to their roots. Nobody gave a fuck because. And why the fuck do they call the album Revenge? What? Revenge on the people that were goofing on us with Let's Put the X in Sex? You know? You make me rock hard. Those people that made fun of us, we're going to get revenge on them. And I blame Crazy Nights, Hot in the Shade, and I blame Turbo for ruining Judas Priest's career because after Turbo was the last time I saw Packed Arena. They never played a Packed Arena. Shit. After Painkiller, they never played an arena again. Not down here. They never played an arena again.
Yeah, you're right.
Turbo's what did it. It turned everybody off. All my friends, we all just moved on. We were into Halloween. You name it.
Halloween.
Look, I'm more into speed metal Halloween. Yes, I know they're power metal later, which I don't mind the power metal Halloween, but Walls of Jericho is not power metal at all. That's pure speed metal. You know, that's Iron Maiden on fucking crack. I mean, that Kai Hansen, that's my favorite Halloween.
You
You know,
got the crack right part.
the two EPs and the Walls of Jericho, unbelievable metal. And I was more into that than Ram It Down and and I know we're not going to talk about Painkiller, though I will say Painkiller is much better than Turbo and Ram It Down, but I'm not the biggest fan of that album either. Though I think the song Painkiller is one of the greatest Judas Priest songs ever.
All right. All right. Well, now it's time to go on. That's Priest in the '80s, man. Fucking take it or leave it. It is what it is. Uh, I'm going to go on record right now. My favorite era of Judas Priest is now the '70s. But that's Monday Morning Quarterback. That's after like all the shit I went through. Like now decided like that is what I still go back to the most. That is what I love the most. Um, what would you say would you agree, Ralph?
Oh
Or no?
yeah, and I'll tell you this now. I got into Judas Priest '70s after British Steel, and I automatically loved. Honestly, I wasn't too crazy about Sad Wings the first time I heard it, even though now I think Sad Wings is the greatest Judas Priest studio album. I just wasn't used to it because the songs were much slower. The Ripper and Vic was so much slower than that it was threw me back a little bit. But I love Sin After Sin. First time I heard it, I didn't have a problem with Sinner on there. Love Stained Class, and I love Hell Bent for Leather. And I heard those all after I heard British Steel, and I got a liking to those albums even more than British Steel. So yeah, I got into 70s Judas Priest around 81, 82. And back then in 81, 82, I was loving 80s Priest, but I was like, dude, that's 70s shit. When they were a little more proggy, I thought they were better.
All right. Well, I mean, we both agree 70s is the best. To me, I respect and I love Stained Class. Sad Wings, but there's too much faggoty fucking Queen fucking bullshit on there. Um, it's all about Stained Class.
There's only one song on
Yeah, but it's so fucking
it,
bad though. It ruins the whole album.
it's really bad. It's insulting to say it's
Yeah.
as bad as Queen. It's totally a Queen ripoff, but if it was on a Queen album, it'd be the worst Queen song ever.
Yeah. And I feel bad even mentioning Queen because here's a horrible band who the best thing they ever did was the the Flash Gordon soundtrack.
Oh God.
But yeah, fuck Queen. But anyway, there we go, man. That's Priest in the 80s. I mean, they were huge. They had an impact, but it was a weird decade for them. I really enjoyed having this discussion on it because it is kind of all over the place for metal, and for those of us who were there, even, somebody like Ralph was there in the beginning or me who was there in the end, like, you knew who Priest was, you know what they did, all kinds of different shit. But now it's time to go into the pick of the week. And Ralph, I want to tell you, go to the top right middle section.
Like right here?
Right there. Right there. Right there. That one. Yep. The one you got your finger on it. Here you go.
Badfinger. I love this album. This album's called Ass. And what's the good one on here? Apple in My Eye is a great song. Constitution. Check out. That's a heavy, heavy song. What else is on here? When I Say Cowboy. Yeah, Badfinger, Ass, good album, good shit.
Awesome. All right. Well, my pick of the week, kind of going back and forth. When an album, I guess apparently Ralph doesn't like that Lex Legion that I really love. But I'm going to go back to a classic album that I listened to right before we recorded this. And I was like, holy fuck, do I love this one. Talking about Ministry, it's Houses of the Moly. First one they did after fucking Paul Barker left.
What's a moly?
What's Moly? Well,
What
you
is
should
that?
know. God damn it, you're a Latino. You should know what mole is.
What?
It's like a chocolate sauce that's a black. It's like oil.
No,
Mole.
I never heard
Okay.
that.
Okay. Well, that's because you're Cuban. You're not
No, that's
Mexican.
because he's a fucking heroin junkie and he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well, no, he's Cuban actually.
Yeah, he's a fucking heroin junkie that's Cuban. He's Al Jorgensen's a fucking idiot.
All right. Well, I really like that album. There's a lot of people, Ministry fans, who don't like it. They feel like it's too thrash like. That's exactly why I like it. I remember hanging out with Dave Chandler from St. Vitus when we used to hang out and day drink on Saturdays. He's like,
Another
oh,
big fan.
he's like, I don't like that album. And I was like, oh, you're fucking nuts, dude. I'm like, I love that shit, dude. It's thrashy. It's fucking, I don't know. I love it.
St. Vitus is terrible.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. I saw you did a St. Vitus review recently.
Boring ass fucking band.
All right. Well, that's my pick of the week. My fan of the week this week. And I'm coming up with this. It was his birthday today. Johnny Vogan.
Yeah,
Johnny,
I wish them happy birthday. He don't
I
watch
love.
it no more.
Yeah. Johnny Vogan doesn't like us no more, but
No, I
that's
don't think
okay.
I don't think he hates us anymore. I just think, he just doesn't listen to us anymore.
Yeah, he's like, they stopped reviewing Motley Crue records.
Yeah,
You know, But God damn it, I love Johnny Vogan. He
I do
used to
too.
be so funny on the fucking podcast page, and I want to show respect to him, dude.
Yeah, I love
Fuck,
Johnny. Johnny's awesome.
happy birthday, brother! And let us know in the comments for this episode. What's some other shit you would like? We talked about some episodes we'd like to do. See what you guys think, man. Fucking chime in. Uh, we do this shit for us, but we love it when you love it too, when you guys chime in. So let us know, some episodes you would like or some different shit, and we'll try to figure it all in.
They will. They'll tune in. We got our diehards. Even that like Pretenders show. Our
Yep.
diehards still. You saw the comments. I don't like the Pretenders, but they want to hear us
Yep.
talk about it. We got
All
our
right.
diehards. We got our diehard fans. Who gives a fuck if certain people don't listen to us anymore? They don't matter. They don't matter.
Well, I care about what Ron Deitmer likes. That's what I want. I want to make that.
He still listens to us though.
Yeah, I know. But Ron Deitmer, God damn it, let us know. And I want to go so I can pee.
Oh,
So
yeah.
until the next step, timestamp.
Smack him a gob, everybody. Go ahead. Give your outro.
I don't know what. Until next week, this is the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast.
Smack him a gob.